Number 3.
Crown Automotive, the better way to buy for over 50 years.
Caminero sends one way up into the air in a deep center field. Martin turns and admires, and over the batter's eye. Home run, Caminero. What a shot. It's 1-0 Rays.
To bring you the play-by-play of today's game, here are the voices of the Rays, Andy Freed and Neil Solondz.
From the Rogers Center in Toronto, it's Rays baseball on a Thursday afternoon with Andy Freed on the television side. During this trip, I'm Neil Solondz alongside Doug Wechter. The Rays have a chance to do something today that they have never done in their franchise's history. That is, sweep a 4-game series from the Blue Jays in Toronto. They've won the first 3 games by virtue of yesterday's 4-2 victory. And now, Doug, a chance to really make this a special way to end the road trip today.
Yeah, especially with the way they started the road trip, right? You go to Boston for 4 games, and it was an ugly 4. You ran into a buzzsaw, and Boston was the hottest team in baseball, and now you move a little bit north, go across the border, and all of a sudden everything is starting to click for the Tampa Bay Rays. We saw this a lot in the first half, and now we're seeing it again here in the second half. They're playing very good defensively. They never stop doing that. Offense, top to bottom, they're just crushing the baseball, and it's doing a number on the scoreboard. And then you go to the starting pitching, the pitching in general, but the starting pitching this series has been so much better. And I think by just looking at this team and the way they're playing, there's no reason to think they can't go out here and take a 4 straight.
Doug mentioned starting pitching. The Rays will go with pretty much a bullpen day today opposite Shane Bieber. We'll come back with starting lineups and first pitch in a moment on the Rays Baseball Network.
Aloha, Maui Mama. Chicken Salad Chick is serving up tropical vibes with our new limited-time flavor, Maui Mama. This island-inspired chicken salad features a bold blend of pineapple, bacon, and jalapeno for the perfect mix of savory, sweet, and spicy. It's all the flavor of Maui without the sand in your sheets. Swing by your local Chicken Salad Chick or order online today to catch this flavor before it's gone.
For over 50 years, the Crown Automotive Group has been the dealer you've turned to for all of your automotive needs. And they're still as driven as ever, like helping to build up our community for over 50 years now, and has been the official car and truck dealer of your Tampa Bay Rays since the beginning. Yes, good folks at Crown. Quality people, quality automobiles. And most important, customer-oriented dealerships. It's kept me coming back for years. For dealership experience driven by community, Rays fans choose Crown Automotive. And so do I, the better way to buy for 50 years.
Game day tastes better with local craft beer. Coppertail Brewing Company brews and cans every drop right here in Tampa Bay with fresh, natural ingredients. Doing it the right way since day one. Find Coppertail on draft at Tropicana Field or in your local grocery store cooler. Go classic with Free Dive IPA. Step up to fan favorite Unholy Triple. Or keep it silky smooth with Night Swim Porter. And for the full lineup, hit the tap room and kitchen in Ybor City, right off Adamo Drive. Tampa Bay Rays fans, this one's for you.
Every pitch of the 2026 race season and the Nick Wise Show, weekdays at noon. We are 95.7 WDAE.
Let's pause for station identification. This is the Rays Baseball Network.
95.7 WDAE FM Clearwater, WDAE AM St. Petersburg, and iHeart Radio Sports Station. Guaranteed human.
Alongside Doug Wechter, I'm Neil Solondz. Chris Adams-Wall back in Tampa Bay. Paul Gatter, engineer in the booth, and Chris Mathis back at our network studios. Our out-of-town scoreboard, visit Tampa Bay. Vacation like a champ. Make your game plan at visitTampaBay.com. Just a handful of games on the schedule, including the Rays.
You could describe Tulsa as a big, small town or a small, big city.
Tulsa is a very mixed city of arts and film and sports. I mean, it's a true melting pot of all kinds of things.
Professional baseball in Tulsa, it's actually older than the state of Oklahoma.
It's nice to play in front of, fans that you see on a daily basis.
And one pitch, one out. Mets have him first and third. Little pop towards short. Mason's got it. Rockets first, and they doubled him up. Bichette wandered too far off first, and Mason Wynn guns him out. Mason Wynn caught it through a bullet to first base to double up Bo Bichette. How about that? A 6-3 double play, doubling up the batter Young and Bo Bichette, leaving Soto at third.
mascot race. Here's the pitch. And they're off. They're neck and neck. Look at them go. Listen to the cheers. They're heading for home. It's too close to call. Here's the play at the plate. It's Rally Monkey. Congratulations on winning the great mascot race.
Thanks for joining us tonight celebrating the OC bobblehead. It's time now for the
starts were a little rough. Gave up 7 home runs in those first 4 starts, but the last start was really good. It was more vintage. Shane Bieber went out there against the Chicago White Sox, went 6 innings, did not give up a run, punched out 5, and was able to get his first victory. Shane will go up there with a 6-pitch mix. Really, it's the top 3 pitches you got to worry about, though. 4-seam fastball is 92-94 at this point in time. Changeup is a really good one. Opponent's only hitting 125 on that changeup. The knuckle curveball was his bread and butter really throughout his entire career. That's a 38% whiff rate on that, so he gets a lot of swing and miss on that. And then he'll factor in the slider, the cutter, and the sinker as well.
He's ready to go, so is Yandy Diaz. It is a sun-splashed afternoon. We've had gorgeous weather up in Canada. As the Rays wrap up the series in the trip, the dome is open, so we can see the beautiful CN Tower up the first base side. Yandy Diaz in the box. He's going to tie Kevin Kiermaier for the 5th most games by a Ray today. And he takes the first pitch just off the plate. And we're underway on time at 3:07 on a 68-degree day, almost fall-like.
It is absolutely gorgeous. I love it when the stadium is open here, too. It's just a totally different feel.
Bieber stands tall, first base edge of the rubber. Kicks. And now the pitch. Yandy takes outside. It's 2 balls and no strikes. You know, Yandy had a little bit of a surprise before the game because there was a typo on the lineup card. Yeah. And he was listed as the first baseman for the first time this year, and Jonathan Aranda was the designated hitter. And Yandy, we came over to talk to him about it. He goes, huh? Nobody told me I'm playing first base.
I don't even think he brought a glove on this trip.
That was the first thing I had. Do you still have a glove? He said, yes. He showed it to me in his locker. But he doesn't have to worry about it. Just batting gloves today for Yandy, and hopefully they make good as a 2-0 from Shane Bieber coming. Fastball up high and inside. Now it's 3-0 on Yandy, who's had, other than the home run in game number 1,000 of his career, a quiet series. In fact, other than Junior Caminero, the top 3 have been quiet. As the next pitch is taken all the way, it's a strike called, a fastball from Bieber. And it's now 3-1 on the hulking right-hand batter in DH, Yandy Diaz. Just underway on this Thursday, getaway day, Rays and Jays. 3-1 from Bieber. Swinging a ball, fought off foul to the right, a little late to that heater. And it's 3 balls, 2 strikes on Yandy Diaz.
Well, much of what we expected from Shane Bieber. Doesn't have the velocity that he once had back when he won that Cy Young. You know, he used to be mid-90s. Now he's going to sit around 92, 93. Still has some swing and miss to the breaking stuff. The curveball and the slider specifically can really go out there and rack up punch-outs, but not going to typically overpower you. It's going to be more of a count control guy.
Fastball off the hands is popped up toward first. Fighting the sun, Vladdy Guerrero Jr. He makes the catch one-handed. That's how we start our ball game, and with that, let's set the defense for the Jays.
Left to right in the outfield, Davis Schneider, your left fielder. Miles Straw, center field. Johendrick Pinango over in right field. Kaz Okamoto over at third base. Ernie Clement getting the start at shortstop. Luis Urias over at second. Vlad Guerrero Jr. making that catch at first base. And Alejandro Kirk back behind the dish.
Taking a look at that 3-2 pitch, Yandy usually has such great control of the zone. That fastball had enough late movement that he chased out of the zone on 3-2. Jonathan Aranda's also been, as we mentioned, in a little bit of a tough stretch. This usually is his best park to play in. But without an extra base hit in this series, as he hits left-handed. The windup from Bieber with 1 out in the first is a fastball, a little too tall for a ball. Or was it called a strike and now an... All right, we have an ABS challenge either way. It was called a ball. And it was a strike.
Wow. I am very surprised they went after that challenge here. The second batter, I mean, that was right on the corner. That was a gutsy challenge early in the game.
It was a breaking ball where the edge of the baseball cut the edge of the upper outside corner.
I think one seam touched the zone.
Maybe half a seam. And now we got an issue with PitchCom. They used the ABS challenge, and they have a transmission issue. Is Casey Legumina warming up in the Rays bullpen? He's going to open today for the Rays. If you're just joining us, Tampa Bay's pitching plans are a little bit to be determined. I think Rays are going to try and, well, outraise the Jays today. This is their way.
Wait, what?
They're using their way
to
beat the Jays.
They are. And, you know, I love it. Look, you think Ian Seymour will get the bulk innings at some point in time. We'll probably see him. But you never know. I mean, look, we've seen times before where it's a bullpen day and it goes specifically on matchups early and often, and the bulk guy doesn't even come in or comes in later in the game. So, yeah, we'll see as they work on the PitchCom issues. Maybe somebody just didn't plug it in last night.
Somehow the charger only lasted one batter and one pitch.
What was a long at bat?
Yandy has had those. The last 3 days in this series, he saw a dozen pitches on Tuesday, 7 pitches on Wednesday, and 6 here on Thursday to start the game. And it's now 0-1 on Jonathan Aranda after the ABS challenge went Toronto's way.
Boy, it is such a different atmosphere and feel to this stadium when that dome is open. And it is a gorgeous day, man. I can't believe I'm wearing long sleeves and you're not.
I don't know why you're cold.
I'm freezing.
Because you're a Floridian.
Yes.
Through and through. As a pitch way high to Jonathan Aranda, no ABS challenge here. It's 1-1. 68 degrees is comfortable.
Freezing.
Short sleeve weather.
It's freezing, Neil.
I'll make sure to get your Uggs for the trip home as a pitch up high, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, me and Tom Brady, man, rocking the Uggs.
You look good in them, Doug.
That's
2 balls and a strike.
Much appreciated.
Outfield swung slightly to left. Infield very much to pull. 2-1 from Bieber to Aranda. Swinging a little ground ball off the leg of Aranda. A foul ball, and it's 2-2. Got him in the box. And that was a good changeup from Bieber.
It was. You know, Bieber, as much as I said he's not overpowering, he still has a really good feel out on that mound. And his stuff still has really good movement. I mean, the fastball, it's going to be a sinking fastball typically, so he is a ground ball, more of a ground ball style pitcher at this point in time in his career. He can get that changeup down in the zone, get some good swing and miss to that as well.
2-2. Swing and a drive. Fairly well struck to right center. Straw back toward the track. Reaches, bangs into the wall, and makes the catch. Took away an extra base hit from Jonathan Aranda. Miles Straw with a tremendous grab over his shoulder. 2 out in the first.
Well, I can't believe Straw got to that. We know he's a good defender. He's a very good defender, plus defender. And he just read it perfectly off the bat. This is as deep as you could put it in the right center field gap, right around that 400 mark. And that was the hardest hit ball we've seen from Jonathan Aranda all series.
Well, nice to see that. Hopefully it's a sign of what's to come against Bieber for he and the Rays as Junior Caminero steps in and takes high for a ball. 1-0. You know, Doug had mentioned this is Bieber's 6th start with Toronto this year. We don't know if he'll make any more because he's a free agent after the year. And where the Blue Jays are positioned, it's possible he could be traded. As a fastball for a called strike to Junior Caminero, 1-1. He is a free agent, and he does have playoff experience, and he has, as Doug mentioned, been a 2-time All-Star. So who knows if he stays for the long haul. The pitch swung on and looped in the air toward shallow left. Schneider, though, has it measured. He comes forward and reaches up to make the grab, and the Rays down in order. 1-2-3 with the aircraft carriers in the first against Bieber. Bottom 1 we go in Toronto.
He dives and makes the catch and brings Fenway to its feet, because he always does.
Slides, and he's got it. What a catch by Eli. That saved the day.
In his carried, he makes a sliding catch.
Makes the play. The throw is in time to get the out. On the warning track, he reaches up. A fine running grab by Jorge Barosa.
You get spoiled watching a guy cover ground the way he does. Spectacular catch.
He got it. He hung with the play right at the wall. Harris on his horse, and he makes the catch. Throw to third, tag out. Wow. Back to first. I said I like double plays, boom. One of the wildest, wackiest double plays you'll ever see.
Down the third baseline, there's Ortiz. Plants the foot, fires across, picked by Bowers. Emerson able to get to it, pop up, and throw a missile to first base. Diving catch.
Are you kidding me? Oh, my goodness.
Shirts and more MLB merchandise at fanatics.com.
Your home for Rays baseball. We are 95.7 WDAE and AM 620 and streaming live on iHeartRadio.
Well, today's pitcher preview is presented by Kane's Furniture. Quality, selection, value. That's the confidence of Kane. And taking the mound for the Tampa Bay Rays, Casey Legumina, the 29-year-old right-handed pitcher, 2-2 on the year with a sub-4 ERA, sitting around 3.92. 33 appearances. He does have 2 starts, so he's opened twice. 4 pitch guys, sitting around 93, 95 with that 4-seam fastball.
Surprise to start as a pitch foul back by Yohendrick Pinango, 0-1. We initially, throughout the series, had Ian Seymour slated to go, but the Rays elected to put at least an opener in front of him, and then Kevin Cash was non-committal on how he would use the staff today as a pitch outside a ball, and it's 1-1. Ian is coming off a couple of tough outings in a row, and the Rays may turn this into somewhat of a bullpen day before the Cleveland series tomorrow. 1-1. Take in a little bit low and outside to the lefty Pinango, 2-1, who just came back up from AAA yesterday when Jonathan Clase went on the injured list with a bad foot. Pinango 1 for 2 yesterday. 2-1. Fastball high, and it's 3-1. And one of the strengths of Legumina since coming over from Seattle early on in the season has been his ability to pound the strike zone. And he's 3-1 on his first batter of the ball game as he kicks and delivers. Swinging a ball, fought off foul to the left, and both teams have their leadoff hitter with a full count in the first inning.
Well, Legumina has some deception in that delivery. He's got a lower arm slot, got some good ride, good carry to the fastball. I think the four-seam fastball is probably his best weapon. 20 of the 29 punch-outs he has this year come on a four-seam.
Pitch is lifted to the left out of play. Pinango late to that fastball on the hands. And it's still 3-2 on Pinango. 93 seems a lot faster out of the hand of Legumina than most because, again, he delivers at a very low arm angle. And it almost looks like the ball is rising and jumps on the hitter. Call of time by Pinango. Again, first inning, scoreless Rays and Jays. Infield to pull, outfield fairly straight away. And the shadows from the top of the dome extending out to the edge of center field as a chopper to third on one hop. Backhanded by Caminero. Flips to first, gets Pinango. That's how we start in the bottom half, and let's set the defense for Tampa Bay.
Left to right in the outfield, left field, Chandler Simpson, Johnny DeLuca, your center fielder. Victor Mesa Jr. back in right field. Third to first, Junior Caminero making that play at third base. Ben Williamson making the shortstop. He is playing shortstop. Richie Palacios over at second base. Jonathan Aranda, your first baseman, and Hunter Fiducia is doing the catching.
Here's Vladdy Guerrero Jr. He's had a very difficult year. The pitch in there for a called strike, and it's 0-1. When I say difficult, I mean the fact that he's sitting on 6 home runs on July the 23rd isn't surprising. It's shocking. Not much should shock you in baseball as a pitch fouled off to the right, and it's 0-2, but Vladdy has not had a single home run in this ballpark, his home park, all year.
Yeah, when I saw that note, I just couldn't believe it. I had to check that 2 or 3 times.
I still don't believe it. 0-2. Taken inside, it's 1-2.
I mean, he's hitting 179 over the last 22 games. We're not talking about a series or two, and it just seems like as the season's going on, I don't know if it's a confidence thing. It's become mechanical.
1-2, swung and a miss, strike 3, and he's also now 2 for 32 against the Rays as Legumina with really good action on that slider for out number 2 here in the first.
The nicest people in the world, in my opinion, are probably Canadians. And they're even booing him right now. Can you believe that?
I don't.
That's shocking to me. But, I mean, look, he has really struggled.
It's been a tough go. Ernie Clement has been pretty good, and he lines one off the end of the bat in the center, a base hit. He's one of the few Jays returning from last year that has played as well as he did a year ago. He had a banged-up postseason, set all kinds of records for hits, and he's got the first hit of this game for either team.
You know what's good about Ernie Clement so far this year? He's been so consistent. Every single month, he's hit 289 or above, never dropped below 289, and for an entire lineup that's been struggling, he is the one bright spot.
George Springer has had a decent series, DHing and cleanup hitter, and he swings and misses at a slider away, 0-1. Just 10 home runs for the 36-year-old who, like today's starter, Shane Bieber, is a free agent for Toronto at the end of the year. They've got some guys they can trade if they go that route. As a pitch fouled back, 0-2. The challenge is, you just won a World Series. They've had more than 40,000 tickets sold Monday through Thursday of this week in July for a team that's in last place and has the third worst record in the American League. Runner goes. Pitches a check swing roller up the first baseline foul. And the Rays are hoping it'll curve back fair, but it comes to a stop right by the coaching box, where Mark Budzinski is coaching first. Carlos Fablis coaching third for Toronto. 1 on, 2 out, first inning, scoreless, Rays and Jays.
I think if you look at the numbers and you don't factor in that Toronto was in the World Series last year, you don't factor in the ticket sales, all the fans, everything else, you would absolutely be selling. But I don't think they will.
0-2 again, outside and low for a ball 1-2. This is the lowest scoring team in Major League Baseball. They were the 4th highest a year ago with most of the same cast and characters, and they added Kaz Okamoto, who's had a bang-up rookie year from Japan. 1-2. Up and in. Slider didn't break, and it's 2-2.
It's just the fact that, they're going out there, they're putting the ball in play, but there's no hard intent behind these swings. You see a lot of singles and, weak contact. And, the extra base hits, they're just disappearing for the Toronto Blue Jays.
2-2 is chopped toward third and foul, and it's still 2-2. The one guy who homered yesterday for the Blue Jays, Alejandro Kirk, he waits on deck. But they're in the bottom 5 or 6 in the league in home runs. In fact, they've hit similar numbers to the Rays in terms of the long ball. But the Rays have the stolen base, and they've hit for a higher average, and they put more balls in play. Throw to first, and Clement dives back safely. 3 steals for Clement on the year, trying to create a little havoc on the Jays side. Again, scoreless first inning. Legumina getting the open. Delivers. Springer takes outside, and from 0-2, it's gone full. And again, Kevin Cash wanted to go for a couple of innings with Casey Legumina, but a lot will depend on how efficient he is here. 3-2 runner goes, and that's outside ball 4, and that's an 0-2 to 4-2 walk. That's one that Casey Legumina would like to have back.
A lot more patience so far today than what we've seen really from the Toronto Blue Jays earlier in this series. They seem to be jumpy coming in here, and now seeing a little bit more patience. Clement with the base hit. Now you see a walk. Alejandro Kirk stepping up to the plate.
A lot of those balls to Springer were balls out of hand. They missed by a pretty good margin. As here's Kirk, who takes a slider right down the middle for a called strike, 0-1. Home run for Kirk yesterday was just his 3rd of the year. He missed 3 months with a fractured left thumb. 0-1. Check swing foul toward first into the Rays dugout. And it's 0-2, and they're trying to get out of the way of a fastball that ran up and in.
Oh, nice run, arm side from Casey Legumina. When he's right, that's what it's going to look like. The four-seam fastball just jumps out of the hand. You were talking about it. It's almost like the old Invisiball. High spin, good amount of carry.
2 on, 2 out, 2 strikes on Kirk, who's pretty good. 2 strikes. And he swings and flares it foul to the right out of play. It's still 0-2. He had a 2-out RBI early on in this series, and his home run came in a 2-strike count. So he seems to be fairly balanced still at the plate. He shortens his swing up, widens his stance as Legumina offers. Ground ball slowly hits toward third. Tough play, and it's barehanded, then dropped by Caminero. Here comes Clement, and no throw made. And now Springer goes to third. The throw there not in time. It's an infield hit, the slowest possible one for Kirk. but it's good enough for a run, and it's 1-0 Toronto. They score in the first as they did yesterday. And this is a ball that I think if Junior Caminero is smart, he does not try and barehand. He just picks it up and leaves the bases loaded.
Yeah, I think you put it in your back pocket. He tries to go for the do-or-die play and tries to barehand it. And you got to give credit to the Blue Jays in the base running right here. Ernie Clement taking the extra base and going home right there. I mean, you know, Junior Caminero was not far from that baseball and wasn't able to get back in time to throw it home to get Clement. Also, George Springer behind him. I mean, this is the first time we've seen the Blue Jays all series do the little things right. And they really took advantage of this play from Junior Caminero.
Very aggressive base running, and it paid off, and Kyle Snyder pays an early visit. Yesterday, Griffin Jacks ran in trouble in the very first inning and gave up a run. The Rays did come back and win. The key was that Jacks limited damage to a single run. Now you got first and third, a run home and 2 out. And can you get Kaz Okamoto, who leads the team in home runs? You don't want to fall too far behind the 8 ball, even against a team that's struggling. The pitch, taken, fastball, strike 1. Okamoto, yesterday, the Jays had fun with him. He's had a really tough stretch. He was 0 for his last 19. They taped him to his chair in the dugout as a swing at a high fly ball toward the left field line. Circling over and in is Simpson, and it lands 3 rows into the seats out of play. And it's 0-2, and he seemed to be enjoying it. Again, they wanted to make sure he had a true day off. He did pinch it late and did not come up with a hit in that at-bat, extending his string, but he does have 22 home runs. 2 on, 2 out, 1 home. 0-2. Slider fouled the screen, still alive.
They taped him to his chair.
Yeah, they wrapped around tape. I was watching the Jays.
Did you jump in there? Were you one of the guys doing it?
They had several guys. It was Max Scherzer who started doing it.
I was going to say it had to be a veteran.
Kevin Gausman. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Fastball got Okamoto. He's now 0 for his last 20, and Legumina does limit damage. The Jays get 1 and only 1, and after 1, they lead the Rays. 1-0 after 1. This is the Rays Baseball Network.
Cruz dives, backhanded try, and he makes the catch, saving a run.
And a nice play by Durant. Well, he's made a couple of dandies already.
Reaches up and he caught it. Abrams lays out to Nunez, who fires to first, and they got Butler.
What a play all the way around.
Tough catch, McGonigal to first. Yes, sir. What a play.
Andy Pajes takes another one away.
Jack Caglione takes one back to start the ninth.
Off balance throw. Bounced it in time. That's platinum right there. Leaping play by Cheng as he rose up there.
Oh, you betcha. What a throw from deep right field. Oh, what a play by Jose Caballero.
That's about as good a play as you're going to see. He shows up. And he got there. Oh, what a catch by Austin Riley.
Outstanding lunging grab from Valeda.
Out of the All-Star. Out of nowhere, he gets it.
Oh, how about the stop by Williamson?
Thomas closes and makes a sliding grab.
They've got a man picked off. Chavez hits his top of his hat. Now they get Napoli at third base. How about that? It hit the top of the helmet of Chavez and bounced directly at an Angels infielder. A huge out here in the 7th inning.
Oh, they dodged a huge bullet there.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
You're looking for carpet, laminate, vinyl, hardwood, or tile, Bob's has the selection, savings, and service to knock it out of the park. Visit bobscarpetandflooring.com to book a free in-home estimate today.
Rays are down 1-0 as we start the second. Tampa Bay has 26 wins in which they've trailed this year. That's a lot. It's near the top of the American League, and that was the case yesterday. They were down 1-0 and then answered. And we'll see if Victor Mesa Jr. can get the Rays an answer against Shane Bieber. Victor has been such the catalyst for the Rays. Chris was mentioning on the pregame show how the last 3 games he started, he's driven in the first run, which would mean he would need a home run here to be able to do that and get the Rays started. First pitch out of the windup. Swing and a miss. There's a fastball on the fists, and it's 0-1.
Well, he's been in scoring position when he steps up to the plate here recently. Last 10 games, he's got 5 bombs.
Only has 8 total, so that's quite a run. And he's been doing a little bit of everything. Yesterday, a couple of run-scoring hits, a stolen base, and a walk. First time he's facing Toronto in the big leagues. 1-strike pitch. Swing and a curveball rolled foul off the plate. And it's 0-2. We got a question on X from Burning Up a Sun who wanted us to speak a little bit about, Doug mentioned that Bieber's velocity down from what it once was. Here's an 0-2 to Mesa to start the second, 1-0 Jays. Swing and a ground ball hit toward first, and it skips a little on Guerrero. He fields, throws, and gets it to Bieber covering. Nice play. And there's one down here in the second. That ball looked like it was going to skip by Guerrero. It stayed down, but he stayed with it.
Yeah, Guerrero just took away a base hit right there. I mean, look, this guy has a gold glove. It was a ground ball, and it was to his glove side just on the foul line, and he's able to get to it. It was a pretty good range. Does a full 360 and fires a strike over to Bieber covering first base for the out.
Jays had not played well defensively the first 3 games of this series. In fact, they had 6 errors total and several other misplays, but they've made 2 plays so far today, Straw and now Guerrero. Here's Johnny DeLuca with 1 out in the second. And he takes top of the zone strike, 0-1. So Burning Up a Sun said, could you speak a little bit to what 2 to 3 miles reduction in pitch speed means to a hitter? You were saying Bieber, instead of mid-90s, is maybe closer to 92. As a pitch inside almost hit Johnny. And it's 1-1.
Well, I think it's a great question. Usually, if you're dropping 2 to 3 miles an hour, it can be a significant change, and it could be the difference from, that fastball jumping on a hitter.
As a swing and a miss, that fastball upstairs. It's 1-2.
To a hitter being able to at least barrel it up or get some wood on it. And the difference with Bieber, though, on his drop in velocity, it was gradual, right? It wasn't overnight. It was a gradual drop. But he still has late life and late movement.
1-2 is grounded past the mound, but right to second, where Urias stands, and Luis Urias throws out to Luca. And quickly on ground ball outs, 2 out in the second, raised down 1-0.
And so if it was more of a power pitcher that didn't rely on command and didn't rely on late movement, then yeah, Bieber would probably be in trouble. But here's one of the reasons that I actually love for a team, even the Rays, to look into his availability at the trade deadline. Because first of all, his resume. He's a former Cy Young Award winner. He's been in the playoffs. He had a lot of success in this league.
As a pitch high to Chandler Simpson with 2 out in the second.
But secondly, I think his stuff is still there. I mean, we're seeing late life to the sinker at 93 miles an hour, right? He'll create a lot of ground balls. The slider and the curveball still have late break to them.
As a pitch up high and outside, 2-0 on Chandler.
So I think for all those reasons, I think he would be a good acquisition for some team, some playoff team, based on the fact of just what he's done and what he still can do on that mound.
If the Jays decide to move anybody, and that's still an if. 2-0. Fastball, top of the zone strike to Chandler Simpson, who's been maybe the hottest rate lately. It's 2-1.
I like it, man. How many times you guys get questions on X? All the time?
Oh, yeah.
I got to start checking that thing.
That's a good idea. Otherwise, you can't answer questions if you don't have them. 2-1 with 2 out. Ground ball, hit off the mound toward the middle. Flag down by Clement, throws, and in time to get the speedy Simpson hustling down the line. And on 3 ground ball outs against Shane Bieber, the Rays down in order. Rays without a base runner through 2 and down 1-0.
Somebody probably wants to hear about an Oral Hershiser card, and this is an odd one. Because how many times do you see somebody placing sod at an AstroTurf field in Pittsburgh? I asked a groundskeeper at Dodger Stadium to cut me out some turf, and we traveled with our grass. So that momentum, that vibe from Dodger Stadium, and we started to win on the road. So the nickname, the Sod Squad.
I was in AAA, and right before the game, they said, no, you got to stop. You need to hurry up and go to Cincinnati. You're about to go play a game there. You got 45 minutes till the game starts. So I get in my car, and I start driving, and all I keep thinking about is, which jersey are they wearing that night? So when I get to the locker room, I see my jersey hung up, and love the white jerseys, just the stitching on it, the old school feel to it.
And here's Will Smith, a chance to hand out a present on his birthday. Smith drills one, left center field. It is gone! Number 16, Ty pitching change for the Diamondbacks after some birthday in bobblehead night magic from Will Smith. From down 1 to up 1.
Ten batters during the home game. Visit CanesStrikeout.com to redeem a voucher for a free Busch Gardens ticket to any Canes furniture store within 5 days of the game. Restrictions apply. For more information, visit CanesStrikeout.com.
Bottom third of the order for the Jays. They scored a 2-out run in the first to take a 1-0 lead. Casey Legamina offers. And it's inside to Davis Schneider, 1-0. Schneider just got summoned back up from AAA. As Sean Keys, who started yesterday's game at third, was sent back down. Legamina winds and throws. Inside, and it's 2-0. Schneider's a guy who sees a ton of pitches, whether he's going well or not. And like many for the Jays, he had not gone well before being sent back to Buffalo. Sits right on home plate. 2-0 is taken a strike, 2-1. Hitting just a $153 on the season. This is a guy who demolished left-handed pitching. The Rays do have Ian Seymour now up in their bullpen. So it looks like he will be next behind Legamina with the Rays trailing. Sometimes the way Kevin Cash uses his staff on a bullpen day is score dependent. As the next pitch is a fastball strike and it's 2-2. Meaning if the Rays are winning, he might be really aggressive with some of his A relievers at some point. But down, he'll managed differently as a 2-2 low. And it's full now on Davis Schneider, who's in left field today. Luis Urias will follow. And then Miles Straw. Payoff. Taken low, ball 4, and there's the second walk of the day by Casey Legamina. And again, he's a guy who normally doesn't walk guys, but today he's walked a couple.
And you wonder how long he's going to be out there if the zone starts bouncing around on him. That's one thing that Kevin Cash and really managers in general, they can't sit around. If you're not throwing strikes, they can't leave you in there, especially if you got a bulk guy warming up in the bullpen in Ian Seymour.
He's not getting hit hard, that's for sure, as he deals to Luis Urias. Swinging a line drive down the left field line, but it's foul. And it's 0-1. You look at the 2 hits last inning. Ernie Clement had a single that rolled off the end of his bat. And Alejandro Kirk had a run-scoring hit that was an infield single that was a roller up the third base line. But to get to this point, 35 pitches, or more than 5 a batter, for Casey Legamina to start. The infield very much to pull on Urias. We saw his brother Ramon plenty with Baltimore. Luis joined the Jays recently and pops this pitch foul, first base side, giving chase a run, but this will land on the net. A foul ball, it's 0-2.
Hey, you know, the picture of Davis Schneider popped up on the big screen, the huge big screen in center field. He's got to be in the running for best mustache in the league.
It's a major quality.
Tombstone-esque, like a Wyatt Earp style.
0-2. Ground ball off the hands to third, should be 2. Caminero to second, 1. Palacios' relay in time. That's a double play. 5-4-3 it goes. And there's 2 gone here in the second. That's exactly what Casey Legamina needed.
Well, with that outstanding double play, TD Synnex donates another $250 to Big Brothers Big Sisters of Tampa Bay. The next match starts with you.
So 2 out, bases empty. Now you get the number 9 hitter in Miles Straw and a chance to get out of this. Every time I hear the name Schneider, and I'm going to date myself, and you can look it up on Google, but I think of there was a show called One Day at a Time, and the super was named Schneider. And he had a great mustache, too.
Yeah.
It's very Davis Schneider-esque as a pitch foul to the screen, and it's 0-1 on Miles Straw.
It reminds me of like a 1980s PE teacher, you know, with the bike shorts and the in a tight polo shirt and a whistle like hanging down, high socks. That's the kind of mustache that matches.
It's very well done.
I will tell you, if I could grow one like that, I would.
That's ambitious. There's an 0-1 slider, catches the outside edge. It's a strike 2 call to Miles Straw, who's made a pretty good catch in center field so far today.
Yeah, I'm no good with facial hair.
It would take me a year to grow what Davis Schneider has, and I wouldn't even still be there. 0-2 with 2 down. Popped him up. should end the inning. Right near the plate area. Who's got it, Fiducia or Caminero? And Caminero the call and the catch. About halfway between the plate and the mound. And Legamina works around a leadoff walk to pitch a scoreless second. So after 2, it's Jays 1, Rays not.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, is, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
You know, we like to stay on topic here, but squirrel. Squirrel. What? Where? Squirrel. Where? Oh, no.
How about that? That went right up into the batter's eye, into the camera position. How about that?
Whoa, that one will fall into the White Sox dugout.
Well, it looks like he's still aggravated about being traded away.
She's so excited she just threw it back. That was off the ledge, too. We can't get that down.
How do you get out, though? That's the problem. There's no exit.
TV presented by Union Home Mortgage, available on major providers across the home territory. Find your channel by entering your zip code at raysbaseball.com/watch.
Bottom third of the order for the Rays. It's Ben Williamson to start, then Richie Palacios and Hunter Fiducia. The Rays don't have a base runner so far against Shane Bieber. 3 outs in the air in the first, 3 outs on the ground in the second. Williamson, who has a 4-hit game in this series, giving Taylor Walls a day off. Walls kind of hyperextended a couple of fingers on his glove hand as a pitch up and in for a ball. That was trying to dive back to second base after rounding it yesterday on a ball off the wall and then getting thrown out as he came off on the tag. Should be available, though, off the bench as a 1-0 is up and away from Bieber. And it's 2 balls and no strikes on Ben Williamson with a couple of home runs so far this year. Couple of 4-hit games now as well. One against Seattle, one against Toronto. That's 2 of the last 3 series. 2-0 to the right-hand batter. Ben takes up and away, and now he's ahead 3-0. Ben does not walk that often. See if he's taking here. He drew a bases-loaded walk yesterday. He gave the Rays a key insurance run. 3-0. Top of the zone, inside corner, strike 3-1.
Yeah, Ben has looked good this entire series, 4 for 6, leading into today. Had a 4-hit day.
He could have used his challenge on that last one.
Could have. It looked close.
It would have been ball 4. It seems like he gets burned more often than not on borderline pitches for whatever reason. 3-1. Check swing. He went on a ball that I think was off the plate. It's 3-2.
Yeah, that's the deception, right? Because you're looking at Bieber going out there throwing 93 with a sinker, but he also has a cutter, and so he can crisscross the plate pretty easily, and it's hard to deceive which one is coming at you.
3-2 is rolled foul to the screen on another one of those cutters. And this, like the last, was probably a ball. I don't think Bieber has thrown a strike the entire sequence. But he's still battling 3-2 in the third against the Rays' leadoff hitter. Tampa Bay seeking its first base runner against the veteran 31-year-old. Bieber stands tall and now pitches. Swing and a ball punched foul to the right into the seat's first base side. 8th pitch of the sequence coming up for Shane Bieber. Rays have Ian Seymour in the bullpen. Looks like he would start the 3rd inning for Tampa Bay. See if the Rays can find a way to at least draw even or get the lead. Infield spread wide apart against Ben Williamson. Here comes Bieber with another payoff. Swinging a ground ball toward third. Flagged down by Okamoto. Spins, throws, a nice play to get Williamson That's the third good defensive play by Toronto today, and the leadoff batter retired.
This is a different type of game that we're seeing Toronto play from the other three that we've already seen in this series. I mean, the first three that we saw Toronto, they were bad on defense. They really did not make any plays. Even if they didn't get the air, they weren't making any normal plays and helping out their pitcher at all, and they were also just not doing the small things. Now we've seen them with excellent base running, aggressive base running, and some really good defense so far today.
Richie Palacios will try and get the Rays going. He takes top of the zone strike, 0-1. Richie, who at one time was in the Cleveland organization like Bieber. Bieber came to the Blue Jays' last trading deadline, stayed through the playoffs, the pitch. In there a strike, 0-2, and then decided to stay for another season. Accepted the player option on his deal. And now a free agent after this year. He's quickly ahead on Palacios. 0-2. Next offering way outside, 1-2.
Bieber still has one of the best nicknames in the game. Not Justin. Don't you love it?
It's pretty good.
I think it's great. The Beeps.
1-2. Swinging a changeup, rolled the other way toward third. Tough play Okamoto off his back foot, throws in time to get Palacios. And we'll see if the Rays want a review. That's another good play by the Jays. I thought when that ball was hit off the end of the bat, there's no way they're going to get it out on it. But yeah. Okamoto got a nice high hop. See what the Rays want to do here.
Well, I agree with you. That was a very, very hard play. First of all, is because Okamoto was shifted almost into the shortstop position, and the ball was hit toward the foul line. He had to range all the way to his right-hand side, and his momentum was taking him into the third base dugout. Threw across his body, still got the out.
Rays are not going to review, so 2 out, bases empty for number 9 batter Hunter Fiducia. That's 5 straight outs on the ground for Bieber. 8 up, 8 down. And the pitch is a called strike to Hunter. Top of the zone, fastball, it's 0-1. Well, he may not have the velocity, but he's showing good pitchability without getting really much swing and miss so far. 0-1. Low for a ball, 1-1. It's very Nick Martinez-esque so far for Shane Bieber.
Even when he falls behind in counts, he just doesn't give in. That's the veteran side of him.
1-1. Swinging a ball line toward right field, over on the run, and watching it bounce off the wall and a hop is Pinango. Fiducia rounding first, he digs for second, and the throw is not in time. It's a double for Hunter Fiducia in the number 9 spot, and the Rays on the board with their first hit of the day with 2 out in the third.
Every hit is a win with Suncoast. For each Rays hit, Suncoast donates $79 in honor of their 79 Florida branches, with up to $10,000 going towards 2 local nonprofits each month.
6 double for Fiducia. Boy, the plays by Okamoto loom large now. You could argue those are run-saving plays, since those would have been hits, at least one of them, and probably would have scored either Palacios or Williamson from first. Here's Yandy Diaz, the Rays' best with men in scoring position, but he's had a fairly quiet series. The pitch, high for a ball, 1-0. Popped out to first his first time. Yandy, 4 hits and 17 trips. I thought he should have had a double yesterday that was ruled an error on Dalton Varsho, though. 1-0. Swinging a ball, looped in the air toward right center, falling quickly over Pinango, drops in, base hit. Rounding third, coming home Fiducia with 2 out. Yandy Diaz strikes. And it's a 1-1 game. Someone deked Hunter Fiducia into believing there was a play somewhere. He was about to head back to third when he was between third and home. He finally comes home and scores, and we finally do have a 1-1 game. What in goodness name happened there? Hunter Fiducia's looking around like, huh?
I have no idea what happened. All I did was I looked up and I hear the entire Rays dugout screaming at Fiducia, who just stopped in between third and home for some reason. It must have been deked somehow into thinking maybe he caught the ball. Not really sure what happened. He just almost stopped. He did stop and started going back to third base.
As a ball poked the other way, foul by Jonathan Aranda. It's 0-1. I thought the ball had a chance to be caught, and Pinango kind of pulled up on it.
But there's 2 outs anyways. Why would you ever go back to third base? He was almost at home.
I have no idea.
Neil, you're supposed to know these things.
If I could get into the mind, there's some things I don't want to know. Is Jonathan Aranda robbed of an extra base hit his first time? Waits on Shane Bieber. And the pitch is high inside for a ball. And it's 1-1.
That is one of the more confusing plays that I've seen. And nobody deked him. He just slows down and then comes to a stop and then starts walking back toward third base for some reason.
1-1. Swinging a ground ball to first, off the glove of Guerrero, but he recovers, picks it up, flips underhand to first, and in time to get Jonathan Aranda as Bieber covers. Play goes 3-1, and the Rays are down in the third. They get a 2-out run on the Diaz hit, and we're now tied at 1. Rays and Jays on the Rays Baseball Network.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Murakami to pull, 1-2 from Sandy. That one cut on and missed, and Murakami swings over the top of it. Another punch out for Munetaka Murakami.
Well, I'm going to say that was a changeup.
Yeah.
But either way, it was a nasty pitch down and away from Murakami.
Got him. Changeup. 2 away.
Boy, this has been Picasso, Rembrandt, everything put together with the way he's worked on the mound, with the stuff he's had, the location.
Your front row ticket to every Rays baseball game. 95.7 WDAE and streaming live on iHeartRadio.
Here's a club you'll want to get into. Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. And Culver's is bringing Curds in the third to Tropicana Field. Here's the deal, Rays fans, at every home game. If the Rays score in the third inning, you score free Wisconsin cheese curds from Culver's. Raise up.
We've got a Weevil call to the bullpen, too. Ian Seymour on for Casey Legamina. Legamina charged with a run on 2 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, 2 innings. And he leaves with the game tied, and now Ian Seymour will try and get back on track as he starts with Yohendrick Pinyango in the third, top part of the Jays order. First pitch from Ian. Fastball, a strike called, 0-1. His last 2 outings, Ian's that is, have been a little bit shaky. First against Seattle going into the All-Star break, and then against Boston right out of the break. For different reasons. 0-1. Driven on a line toward right center. Over and back is Mesa. Looks up, it's off the wall. He plays it on a hop. Pinyango digs for second. Here's the throw, and it's not handled cleanly by Williamson. And sliding in a second with a double is Yohendrick Pinyango. And just like that, the Jays have a go-ahead run in scoring position with none out in the third.
Well, you're about to allude to why the last 2 outings have not been good for Ian Seymour, and to me, it's the power game off the offense, right? He's given up 3 home runs in his last 2 outings. And, you know, here again, this is hard contact over the right-hand side. Victor Mesa Jr. had a play on him. I mean, he has a plus arm in right field. He played it perfectly off the wall. Just wasn't, unfortunately, handled correctly at second base.
It was kind of an in-between hop for Ben Williamson as Vladdy Guerrero Jr. takes upstairs the ball. In that Seattle game, I thought Ian's control and command was all over the place. He was walking a ton of guys and behind in the count. Against Boston, he got ahead and then made pitches that got too much plate with 2 strikes. Long hold, he looks at second and delivers. Swing and a miss, beautiful changeup, and it's 1-1, and that pitch can be one that can neutralize Toronto today because they're so heavily right-handed. That changeup should play well against righties. In fact, Seymour is better against righties than he is lefties. A lefty, Pinyango, just got the double. 1-1. That's on the inside corner, a cutter or a slider for a strike 2 called, and it's 1-2 on the struggling Vladdy Guerrero Jr.
Well, when the changeup and the sweeper are working for Seymour, he can be nasty. He can get a lot of strikeouts. And you're talking about a changeup that opponents are only hit 132 on for the season.
1-2. Swung on, lifted in the air, shallow right field. In come DeLuca and Mesa they call in the catch. And holding at second, Pinongo in fairly shallow right center. Vladdy here's maybe another boo or two, as he's now 2 for 33 against the Rays.
Well, for Ian Seymour, it is about count control, and it is about commanding the zone and not just throwing strikes. You got to throw strikes within the strike zone where you want it. And it's really comes down to those two other pitches I was just talking about, the sweeper and the changeup. That's how you're effective at 92 miles an hour.
I still thought even on that pitch, it was not where he wanted, as he gets set to deal to a tough batter, a contact guy, and good against lefties in Ernie Clement. First one is inside a ball 1-0. If you take a look at where that pitch was to Vladdy Guerrero Jr., that was a 1-2 fastball in the center part of the plate. You don't want to be in the center part with 2 strikes. Kevin Cash touched on that pregame. 1-0 on Clement, a base hit his first time. Fouled straight back, and it's 1-1. I mean, you got more played with 0-0 counts, 1-0 counts, 1-1 counts. But once you get to 2 strikes, the Rays' motto is sprint to 2 strikes and then gets the opposing hitter to expand. Easier said than done. It's not like a video game where you push a button, it goes where you want. 1-1 is hit high in the air toward left field. Circling in and underneath it is Chandler Simpson. He makes the catch. Pinongo tags but holds. Perfect relay throw to Ben Williamson. And man at second, not out, to man at second, 2 out. Here in the 3rd inning for Seymour and the Rays in a 1-1 game.
Well, that was a good pitch right there, and it was a good job of getting Clement, their best hitter, out. Got him out front on a changeup. And the changeup so far looks pretty good, right? And for Seymour, he's going to have to be able to throw the changeup and the sweeper ahead in the count and behind in the count. You got to be able to locate those 2 pitches.
George Springer steps in with 2 out, runner at second. And he checks his swing on a breaking ball, and they say he didn't go. And it's 1 ball and no strikes. That was a sharp breaking ball down in on the hands and just over the plate but low. And it's 1 ball, no strikes on Springer. He walked his first time up today. He's got 4 hits and a couple of walks in this series. Veteran 36-year-old who, again, another free agent at the end of the year. The pitch. Check swing. Did he go this time? Yeah, he did, says the first base umpire. Again, that is John Tumpain, and it's 1-1. That was the changeup. So, breaking ball down, changeup down so far to Springer. Pinongo off second, a look back, a 1-1. Down and in with the sweeper, it's 2-1. So everything down so far to Springer, who has a total of 10 home runs this year. Jays a run in the first, Rays 1 in the 3rd, and Tampa Bay trying to put up a shutdown frame from Seymour. His first inning in relief. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Beautiful changeup. It's 2-2, and both strikes in this sequence on the change.
Springer is not picking up the spin on the changeup. You can just tell by the way he's offering at the pitch. He check swing on the first one, and then that one he just swung right through it. If I'm Seymour, I'm going right back to that pitch.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Pinongo a leadoff double off second. He dances off. And the pitch loops outside. He threw the breaking ball. And it's 3-2. Threw the slow curve that time.
Yeah, not really understanding the sequence on that one. I think he's just maybe trying to trick the hitter and Springer. But again, his best pitch right now, it's going to be that changeup.
Now the payoff to Springer, who's already walked today. Line drive toward third. Past the shortstop Williamson and a left to hit. Pinongo around third and score. And that time the changeup was hooked on the left by Springer. It got plate, and Springer delivers. And the Jays back in front 2-1.
Well, it's exactly what you were talking about, right? Getting ahead, you got the right pitch in the right sequence, but the location was off. And the location was essentially it was middle. And with Springer, I mean, look, this is a guy who's starting to heat up. He's starting to hit the ball a lot better. He's also a veteran hitter, so if he's looking for the pitch and you hang it, he's going to be able to plate that one for a base hit, and he did that to the left side.
RBI number 27, number 2 in the series for Springer. Alejandro Kirk takes a called strike, 0-1 for the Jays. A couple of runs is almost an offensive outburst. They had 2 yesterday. They had, 2 in game 1, or 2 in game 2, and 1 in game 1. As the pitch is cued off the end of the bat to short. Fielded by Williamson. He can take his time, lob it to first, get the slow-footed Kirk, and end this 3rd inning. But Seymour gives up a leadoff double, and Springer gets a 2-out RBI hit. 2-1 Jays after 3 in Toronto on the Rays Baseball Network.
When the Rays take the field, they bring focus, commitment. Baseball's top all-star vote-getter, Shohei Ohtani, treated us to yet another milestone before the break. After launching an Oppo Taco rocket for homer number 299 in a Dodgers win earlier this week, Shohei Ohtani hit career home run number 300 on Tuesday night.
2-0, swung on, drilled deep to center field. It is back, it is gone. Home run number 300 for Shohei Ohtani. Oh, he mashed a milestone in his first at bat, a show that never ends.
Ohtani becomes the first Japanese-born member of the 300 homer club, but the hitting is only half the show. On the mound, this two-way titan is completely crushing it, a frontrunner in the NL Cy Young race with a microscopic ERA under 2. So he's pitched and hit the Dodgers to a double-digit lead in the West. A 4-time MVP firmly on his way to a high 5, Ohtani isn't just rewriting history, he's kind of making it look easy.
The bubblegum blowing contest, it was fun. It was at a time when Topps included bubblegum in their baseball cards, and that was the gum we used. These are all my baseball cards. The Topps one is right there. It's developed into somewhat of a big nostalgic thing, and there are a lot of people that, you know, that's one of their favorite baseball cards. It's kind of crazy.
St. Petersburg, and iHeart Radio Sports Station. Guaranteed human.
Dreamfinders Homes, your official home builder of the Rays, is offering great interest rate incentives on move-in homes throughout Tampa Bay. Visit dreamfindershomes.com.
That's the voice of Doug Wechter. I'm Neil Solondz. Chris Adams-Law back in Tampa Bay. Our engineer of the booth is Paul Gatt. He's buttered us up this series to try and win Engineer of the Year with a runaway vote again, and Chris Mathis at our network studios.
He had my vote after the first game when he brought those donuts. What are they called, Timbits?
Timbits, yes, from Tim Hortons as a pitch in there, a strike to Junior Caminero to start the fourth. Rays down 2-1 to Shane Bieber and the Jays.
I think he got a scouting report on me about food and how much I love it.
0-1. Up and in for a ball high 1-1. It doesn't need to be that complex or advanced to get you.
It's not. He knows the way to my heart. Paul is one of my favorite people on earth right now.
It's a seafood diet. 1-1. Swing and a miss. A fastball upstairs 1-2. Doug sees any food, he's going to eat it.
How many Looney Dogs did Paul bring in? 5?
At least.
Polished off the majority. Well, we added to the 89,000 that were sold here on, what, Tuesday?
You contributed.
I did my part.
One ball,
I'm a team player, Neil.
You are. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Junior Caminero waiting. And swings and misses at a fastball in the hands, and down on strikes Junior after flying out his first time up. So Shane Bieber now with the lead, trying to put up a shutdown frame for the Jays, up 2-1. And now it's Victor Mesa Jr.'s turn. One of the few times you see Junior swing and miss, that was actually a cutter that ran in off the plate. Instead of running it away from the right-hander's bat, he ran it in. It's a new look, little wrinkle. As the pitch to Mesa, robbed of a hit his first time. Taken, fastball, bottom of the zone strike, 0-1 with a change.
Well, if you're a Rays fan, you're not liking what you're seeing from Bieber because he's starting to settle in. And I was wondering if we were going to see this side of him coming off of his best start so far. Only 5 starts coming back off that injury, but by far his best start 5 days ago. And he seems to have found that rhythm and that momentum, and he's taking it into this start.
0-1. Up and in with a fastball, and it's 1-1, and he's certainly mixing it up. We've seen his cutter, his changeup. 2 types of fastballs, one rising, one sinking. 1-1 to Mesa, who's had a very good series. Swings and grounds it weakly past the mound to third. Okamoto on an in-between hop fake picks it up and throws out Mesa. And didn't allow that ball to get to the shortstop Clement. Cut it off and prevented a possible infield hit. 2 down.
Well, join the movement and be part of Tarp's off territory this season at Tropicana Field. Grab your ticket in Section 139. Bring the energy and cheer on your Tampa Bay Rays. Get loud, get rowdy, and help fuel a Rays win. Secure your spot today at raysbaseball.com/tarps.
Bieber's been throwing strikes, and it's kept the infield on its toes, and they've performed. There's Johnny DeLuca with the Rays down 2-1, 2 out in the fourth. And there's a fastball upstairs for a ball hot.
Did they have a tarps off section on Looney Dog Night?
I don't think they have a true tarps off section here because all the sections are sold. I mean, they have sold out the majority of their games this year. The Blue Jays have. The pitch swung on and looped on a line toward left, over toward the alley. Schneider, it's over his head, and one hops the wall. Cruising at a second with the double is Johnny DeLuca. The Rays have their third hit of the day, and two of them are for extra bases.
DeLuca's crushing the fastball right now. He's hitting over 400 in the month of July on the fastball, and he sees one up here, and he's able to turn on it. He's just been on time on that pitch, and you know, this is a guy who's been seeing everything really well. I mean, he's 6 for 15 coming into today, so you know, DeLuca, part of the lower part of that lineup, who's been very effective for the Rays lately.
Yeah, Bieber tried to cut that ball a bit, and the cutter ran out over the plate. Now Chandler Simpson with a chance to drive him home and tie the game up. Chandler loops it in the air towards shallow center. A long run, but Straw's in. He's under it, makes the catch, and one of the few times Chandler hits the ball in the air, it becomes an out, and the Rays do not score in the fourth. Just a double by DeLuca, 3.5 complete.
We're talking about power. We're talking about bling. This is the stuff that puts people in the seats.
Ruth's adoring fans pitched in to gift a crown fit for the home run king.
How come the fans didn't, put something together for me?
They gave you a nice round of applause.
Good job, Carlos.
That man is 42 years old. I'm only 22. Until that man stay on that mound, nobody's going to take me out of this game.
Okay, let me see what I can do about it. Right now, I feel like I can go over there and go placata right now on the field just because I held this batter, Willie Mays. I'm not giving it back to you. You need it back? Okay, you can continue talking.
And you're just going to hold on to it? Yeah.
Hammer and Hank became baseball's all-time home run king.
Hank Aaron flipped the bat, pointed to the outside, and said, placata.
Every single Triple Crown winner has been inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. So it looks pretty good for Miggy. Just saying.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
This ball's hit deep to left field. Ryan Reynolds clears the deck. Wow! Bangs off the facade of the second deck. Anchored down with his first home run. Back-to-back Bucks. 5-0 Pittsburgh.
That's what you want to see from Brian Reynolds. Driving the ball, using the middle of the field, and got that pitch out over the middle of the plate. Fans up there don't usually get home run balls. They almost got one there. And, hey, let's do it.
Two-run double.
Oil change handling. Drive in, stay in your car, and roll out in 10 minutes. Take 5 as a special offer for our Tampa area fans. Wear your Rays gear on Tuesdays to get 25% off your oil change.
Kaz Okamoto starts the fourth for the Blue Jays. Ian Seymour's second inning. And it's a little bit high for a ball 1-0. First 2 innings went to Casey Legamina. He gave up a run, and Ian Seymour allowed a 2-out run in the third. Both runs for the Blue Jays coming with 2 out today. 1-0. Way high and outside, and it's 2-0 from Seymour to Okamoto. Ian Seymour with an extremely unique delivery. There are some moving parts since his head tilts away from home plate when he offers. 2-0. Taken high, and it's 3-0. And this is what he wants to avoid, these difficult counts against hitters who can do damage, especially. 3 balls, no strikes. Infield to pull. The pitch to the dangerous third baseman Okamoto. Taken all the way. It's a strike called. It's 3-1. He may have hit, or he may be in the throes of an 0 for 20, but Kaz Okamoto with 22 homers is a danger anytime he's in the box. 3-1. Changeup lifted foul to the right. It's full, 3-2.
A nice little changeup to get the count back full. Okamoto, obviously, he's sitting on a fastball, sitting dead red. So you got to be very careful. If you put anything straight toward him, it's got to be located well.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Leadoff batter in the home fourth. Seymour pitches. Swung on, popped up. Into center field. DeLuca's got this one measured to his left. From shadows to sun, he makes the catch. in fairly shallow right center. Good fastball there from Ian Seymour. One gone now in the fourth inning.
Duke Energy is proud to donate $1,000 for each Rays win this season to the Share the Light Fund, helping our neighbors in need. Learn more at duke-energy.com/bright lives.
Davis Schneider stands in. He walked his first time. Again, he just back up from AAA. Jays have had a lot of young guys who performed well last year not do so this season. The pitch. It's in there, a strike, 0-1, and it reminds me of, maybe not the same way, but the 2009 Rays, right after the Rays made the World Series for the first time in 08, had kind of a step back. And then in 10, they took a step forward. Now, the difference is that team had a lot of young players who stayed on that team all the way through. Schneider waves the bat once. Seymour with an 0-1. It's a breaking ball that's off the glove of Fiducia for a ball, and it's 1-1. You look at the Jays, though, they've got Scherzer's a free agent. Gosman's a free agent. Bieber's a free agent. Varsho. Springer. I mean, there's a big group of guys who may not be here next year, so the opportunity remains now. 1-1 with one down. Change up low and away, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, that window is going to close quickly because all those guys are veterans also. I mean, you got a lot of veterans on this team, and unfortunately for them, the majority of them aren't having the same year that they had in 2025.
Not close. 2-1. Swing and a miss, high heater, 2-2. Now, they are going to get some guys back. Addison Barger has hardly played this year. Very versatile infielder and outfielder. Anthony Santander on the offensive side has been hurt all year, too. Two bats among those they're missing. 2-2 is swung and a missed. High heater by Schneider. And there's a strikeout for Ian Seymour. Climbed the ladder and picked up his first K of the day. Two gone in the fourth.
Well, really nice job going vertical on that fastball. Seymour, again, he's not going to overpower you with 90-91. But if he locates it, he can still get a swing and miss. This one, 92 miles an hour above the hands. Drives that four-seamer right past Schneider.
Luis Urias is grounded into a 5-4-3 double play against Casey Legumino. First offering, lefty to righty. Cued off the hands, foul to the screen, and it's 0-1. Little jam shot. Rays are going to face Cleveland starting tomorrow in the final homestand before the trading deadline. Rays will play three teams either winning or holding a playoff spot or in contention for one. Cleveland, Texas, and the White Sox. One strike to count. Seymour deals to Urias. Swing and a miss, change up away, it's 0-2, and Cleveland doesn't want to come yet to Tampa Bay. They're now in the 12th inning of a 1-1 game with the Minnesota Twins. So they're using a lot of their bullpen, and hopefully that hampers them this weekend. Next pitch is a called strike three, a fastball, and down on three offerings Urias, and there's a tidy 1-2-3 inning for Seymour with a couple of strikeouts in the fourth. Rays still trail 2-1 after 4 in Toronto on the Rays Baseball Network.
Hey Rays fans, summer is officially here.
Billy the Marlin riding by in the pickup truck. AJ didn't have a good release point on this fastball. AJ nailed him. Just a little outside. Look at the guys behind home plate. And it's their job to clean up the glass. And look at AJ playing the innocent.
His right side. He dismisses the athletic training staff, says he's okay.
In between innings. Wow. Look at the size. It says knuckling.
Tell you what, you know why they're mascots. They swung and missed at that thing about 100 times.
Look out, fellas. A nice job protecting the bullpen.
What a wild turn of events there. It's going to be an out on Nasim Nunez on one of the wilder plays you will see.
There's the bunt. That could be trouble as Petrie. No, Stevie dives in and beats it. Good effort by Steve Lyons.
That'll be a base hit right there. Good job. I'll tell you one thing, not a bad defensive play either by the Tigers.
Did you see that? He's going to get the dirt out, and all of a sudden he unbuckled his pants and they fell down.
Colony Grill's famous thin crust pizza knocks it out of the park.
Well, Rays could use one knocked out of the park here in the fifth. They're down 2-1 to the Blue Jays as we start this fifth inning. Bottom third of the order against Shane Bieber, finishing the second time through. Ben Williamson takes a strike, grounded out to third his first time up. Last day in Toronto, we've had wonderful weather and a great host in Paul Gatt, engineering for us as he usually does in Toronto. 0-1. Check swing roller up the first base line. That will stay fair, and Bieber will pick it up and can just pitch it underhand to first and get Williamson by a wide margin. An excuse me swing as Williamson was trying to get out of the way of that pitch.
Yeah, that was a two-seamer running in on the hands and just, I mean, it looked like Williamson was honestly just trying to get out of the way of it and actually made contact, kept it in fair territory, and Bieber was able to just pick that ball up for the easy out.
As easy an out as you're going to get. Richie Palacios now steps in. He bounced to third his first time. I love so many things about Toronto. The people are wonderful. The weather this time of year is so great. As a pitch, a strike called, 0-1. If I could change, there's only one thing that is an issue when I come to this park.
I don't even know if I can guess what the issue would be. This has been a great trip for me.
Here's an 0-1. Swing at a foul. They got a piece of Richie's leg and the count 0-2. There was a certain smell as I walked back to the hotel each night with you, my friend. They
gotcha.
In the words of a Beatles song, is it possible to get high walking from a stadium to your hotel? My goodness, the secondhand smoke on the way home. Woo.
I'm guessing the Taco Bells are rated late night here.
I hope most places are open late night for food here because there's got to be a lot of people who have the munchies in Toronto.
It's very chill, very relaxed here.
Again, enjoy everything about this area and to each your own, but if I could remove one thing, it would be that pungent odor on the way out of the ballpark. 0-2. Fastball high 1-2.
You know what? I found something else I love about Toronto today at Media Dining.
What did you learn?
Ketchup, pickle-flavored ketchup. Did you see that in Media Dining? You had to go in the back behind the regular ketchups.
Doug, you announced it to the world in Media Dining today.
Yes, I told everybody. I was shocked. I loved everything about it.
That's a 1-2 outside, 2-2.
And I was honestly, there were burgers in Media Dining, and I was wondering if, the toppings, I'm a big pickle guy, I put on top of the burger, and they didn't have any pickles. So at first I was like, oh man, that's unfortunate. But I found that ketchup, and everything was perfect after that.
2-2, rolled in the ground to second. An easy play for Urias. Overhand toss gets Palacios. 2 quick outs for Bieber with a 2-1 lead in the fifth.
The food's been great. Love the fact that we can walk to the ballpark from here. The stadium has been sold out 4 straight days. 3 of those days, the dome has been open. The weather's perfect. People are super nice. It's a good spot to come watch a ball game.
Like I said, I'm nitpicking.
You are.
That was the only thing I could find.
Yeah.
And for most, that would be a big plus. Or for some.
For some, yeah, for sure. Spicoli.
Hunter Fiducia waits on the first offering, and he takes inside corner a strike. The number 9 guy for the Rays has scored the only Tampa Bay run. He doubled and then came home on Yandy Diaz's base hit with 2 out in the third. 0-1. Low for a ball, 1-1. He inexplicably stopped between third and home at one point and basically had to follow orders to run home from his dugout. I don't know what happened on the play, but at least he did score the run. And the count 1-1 on Hunter, who now has 6 doubles, a triple, and a couple of home runs. Rays are down just a run at 2-1. Bieber has been almost as good as his last start when he threw 6 shutout frames. Very little traffic on the bases. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball past the mound right to short. Backhanded by Clement. Toss is perfect. And the Rays down in order. 1, 2, 3 on soft ground balls from the bottom of the order in the fifth. We're midway through this game.
Mitch Meyer at the wall, leaping off his glove, and look at Ross Glow preventing a 3-run home run. That is one of the oddest plays
Giles, a long run towards the corner. Crashes through the door.
For a moment, I thought he wanted to leave early.
A strange-looking defensive play by Pat Burrell.
It looked like the invisible man came from behind and tackled him.
Wanted out in front of the plate. He's falling forward. And that's a tackle on Flair.
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
You know, sitting beside Mike in the clubhouse, he's a huge card guy. Just watching him go through boxes and boxes of cards, I kind of got a little bit of the edge. You rip a pack and you just kind of get what you get and see what you see.
Yeah, so see what we got. Jose Ramirez.
Ready for Alta.
Look at this one here, Joe. This is...
Oh, yeah, keep that off to the side right there. Man, you're going to rock, paper, scissors.
Look at him.
1 of 25, Andrew McCutcheon. This is absolutely beautiful. That is fantastic.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Awards in 2013, in 2017, in 2023. Only one of those three won a Cy Young as well. So if you think you know the answer, all you have to do is tweet in at Neil Solondz or at Rays Radio as Miles Straw starts the home fifth and he squares to bunt and pulls back. It's high for a ball. Slider, and it's 1-0 to the number 9 hitter, who will be followed by Yohendrick Pinango, who scored the go-ahead run in the third, and then Vladdy Guerrero Jr. 9-1-2 against Seymour. Third inning after Casey Legumina opened. The pitch taken inside corner, strike 1-1. So there are a number of names that filter through my head. One of them wasn't a J for that long, but I know how good he was at fielding his position. And one that comes to mind as a 1-1 is a top of the zone strike, a changeup in his 1-2 would be Mark Burley.
That's who I was thinking for sure. Now, how long did he play with the Jays?
That's what I was trying to remember. I know he won a ton of Gold Gloves with the White Sox. 1-2. Swung on, foul to the right, still 1-2. The other name that came to mind from that era was the knuckleballer R.A. Dickey. I know that he was a pretty good glove too, but I'm not quite sure if either of them won a Gold Glove with the Blue Jays. Now, 2023...
Well, Bieber won a Cy Young and won a Gold Glove, but was he on that 23 roster? I don't think he was, right?
No, he just joined them last year as a swing and a miss at a high fastball and Straw down on strikes. And there's one gone here in the fifth for Toronto. Blue Jays are up 2-1. It's now 3 straight Ks for Seymour. So I'm trying to think of guys who were here in 2023. I'm thinking someone who isn't here anymore.
Was Roy Halladay on the 2013 roster?
No, I don't think so. I could be wrong on that, but I think by that time he was long gone as a pitch up and in for a ball high 1-0. I'm trying to think of Blue Jays starters. Are any of them here? I mean, I'm looking at the current roster. Jose Barrios, I don't think was a Gold Glove winner. He could have been. That's a possibility. He's on the injured list as a 1-0, as a strike 1-1. He's a possible for the 2023 group. Let's see. Chris Bassett was not with the... might have been with the Blue Jays then, right? 23, 24, 25. So that's possible. 1-1. Popped him up. Foul on the third base side. Caminero coming over. Does he have a play? Against the netting. He can't make it. And it's 1-2 now on Yohendrick Pinango. Not quite sure if that would have been a catch or if it got the net first. We'll get another look at it as we get a replay in the booth, and it was close. I think if he caught it cleanly, it would have been a catch, but he was trying to manage the sidewall and the netting. That's not easy to do. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Seymour to the plate. And a swing and a miss and a high heater. That's 4 straight strikeouts for Ian Seymour. He has found his rhythm. Rays are down, though, 2-1 with 2 out in the 5th.
So Mark Burley would be the 2013 choice if we go with Burley, right? That's the only year he would have been here. For the only time.
Benny thinks that Marcus Stroman
could be
at one
Stroman.
point. Now, that would be 2017, I would think.
That's a good call, though. He was an excellent fielding pitcher.
As the next pitch is low for a ball, and it's 1-0. That's one of the few guesses I have right now. And does Paul Gadd, who's our engineer in the booth, he would probably have a decent feel for this.
Well, if he can't help us out with this, our votes for Engineer of the Year might be swayed.
Wow, you are threatening as a pitch is fouled back 1-1. I wouldn't even think of doing that. I wouldn't take away my vote for
No Stroman? Paul's saying he doesn't want to say. I think he has the answers, but doesn't want to give it to us.
Well, I don't want him to give us the answer.
Well, I do.
If he looked it up, I don't want him to tell us.
This is how I got through high school, Neil.
I understand that. But I don't want to cheat. A 1-1 is just inside, and it's 2-1.
You're just borrowing the answers.
That's what they told you at the time, right?
That's too bad I couldn't borrow the answers for my SATs.
If you put someone else's name down, it probably...
You could double the score. I still wouldn't have been perfect.
2-1 is a broken bat liner into center. A base hit for Vladdy Guerrero Jr. Just his second hit against the Rays this year. Actually, third. Second of the series for Vladdy. He broke his bat to do it. And he's a 2-out base runner in the 5th.
Can we get like the old thumbs up, thumbs down on a couple guesses from Paul?
I guess the question is, have we named anyone correctly to this point?
Burley?
We got at least one.
No
R.A. Dickey? That's the Cy Young winner. Okay, so Dickey would be the Cy Young winner that we think we have.
It's like a scene from Gladiator when he's giving us a thumbs up, thumbs down.
As the ball popped up down the right field side, fading out of play and foul. It lands in play on the warning track, but nobody was going to get to it. Didn't have much air underneath it, and Ernie Clement down in the count 0-1. So we need the 2023.
So no Stroman then.
That's surprising, just because I know he...
wait. He's kind of giving me I think Stroman is the right call.
As the throw to first is not in time.
Okay.
Well, Chris hasn't told us if we're right on any of these guesses. We've given about 15
Is he still in the
names.
airport? Is that why?
Maybe. 2 strikes to count, or 1 strike to count. 2 out and Vladdy at first. 2-1 Rays trail 5th inning. Ian Seymour trying to keep this close. Runner goes. Pitch is hit high in the air toward left. Toward the corner, back is Simpson against the wall. He made the catch. He comes out of our view in that left field corner. I had to wait for the third base umpire, Ben May, to say, yep, he got it.
Mosby picked a good pitch to go on. Terrible throw. Mosby doesn't know where the throw is. He's going back to first base. Is he going to steal first? He steals
Look at
first.
him.
Now he's going to steal second again. I've never seen it before.
Where's Abbott and Costello when you need him?
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
More free, so you can have more summer. Celebrate free at AutoZone. Now through July 27th. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
This is the home of The Drive with T-Kraz, weekday afternoon starting at 2. We are 95.7 WDAE.
Catch Jordan Davis at Tropicana Field on Saturday, August 15th, when the Rays take on the Baltimore Orioles. It's back-to-back entertainment, all in one ticket. Level up your experience with an on-field wristband to get even closer to the music. Visit RaysBaseball.com/Jordan.
To the sixth, Rays down 2-1 to Toronto, trying to sweep the four-game set, something they've never done in Toronto, and Yandy Diaz takes a strike. Well, Paul Gatt tells us that we named all the correct answers. We just don't know which of them are the correct answer. We're looking for the three Blue Jays pitchers to win a Gold Glove. One strike pitch to Yandy, and he swings and rolls it foul off the plate area. No, bobbled in fair ground by Kirk, but he picks it up and throws out Diaz. And I thought that got Yandy in the box, but he started running, so he realized it didn't hit him. And that's another soft out on contact for Bieber. He is living that way. And there's one out in the sixth, Rays down 2-1.
Well, mixing, changing speeds. He's not falling into any kind of trend, and he's keeping these Rays hitters off balance. He's doing a really good job. Secondary pitches, and then when he needs that fastball over the plate, it's got a lot of late action to it.
Here's Jonathan Aranda. Paul Gatt tells us we named all three winners as a pitch outside a ball 1-0. Chris has told us that 2013 was R.A. Dickey, 2017 was Marcus Stroman, and we just don't know which of the pitchers we mentioned won it in 2023. So he can tell us, and we'll pass it along to you as a pitch low for a ball, and it's 2-0. In the meanwhile, this game is starting to get late early. Toronto can do that. Now, their bullpen lost a game yesterday that was tied going into the sixth. They've got Bieber for the sixth today, asking less of their pen. Right-hander only has thrown 70 pitches, and the next one is a called strike, 2-2. The defense for Toronto has been the difference in this game. They've taken away maybe a handful of hits, and the Rays have officially only 3 on the board, including one from Aranda, who was also grounded to first. 2-2 to Jonathan. Swinging a line drive toward the middle of the diamond, flagged down by a sliding Clement, spins, throws, and gets Aranda. Another terrific play by Toronto's defense, and 2 out in the sixth.
Well, this is the defense that you expected to see when you come into Toronto. We have not seen it the first 3 games. And today, it's like a totally different team out there defensively for Toronto. They are making plays all over the place. And up the middle right here is Ernie Clement, who typically has been playing second base throughout this series. Slid over to shortstop, made a gem right there.
You know, the only way you can prevent the defense from making plays is to hit one over the wall, I guess.
That would help.
They can't stop that. Junior hoping to do so here as he hits one high and foul straight back. Into the seats, it's 0-1. He had a cutter up that time, and it was out of the strike zone, which has been kind of Junior's specialty. Again, Bieber's not even to 75 pitches working in the sixth, so he might go into the seventh for the first time. And this third time through, the Rays have really not shown the ability to make a ton of hard contact against him. 2-1 game, it's been that way since the bottom of the third. Here's the pitch. That's on the outside edge, a strike, a fastball, and it's 0-2. That might have been a baseball off, but again, the Rays have not used a challenge so far. 0-2 with 2 out. Swinging a foul off the plate, and Junior stays alive on a pitch off the plate. Rays have really not made Bieber work much at all. In fact, he retired his first 8, gave up a double and then a single. Then with 2 out in the fourth, he gave up a double to Johnny DeLuca, and that's the only other base runner. No walks. 0-2. Swing and a miss. High fastball gets Junior Caminero. He fans for a second time. And the veteran Shane Bieber is cruising through the Rays lineup.
It was a defensive play so iconic that we simply call it the catch.
This is the glove Willie Mays had when he made that catch. This is great.
Oakland pitcher Dave Stewart was named the World Series MVP.
It really comes from, like, the kings of Siam would give their courtiers white elephants, which were sacred animals.
They need to know this story. That's amazing.
Nobody could steal a base like Ricky.
I'm the greatest of all time. Thank you.
So imagine making steals in these stuff.
So these are Thai cubs.
These are Thai cubs.
So what I want to know is, were they ever swabbed for the DNA of opposing pitchers?
Roberts is no stranger to stolen bases himself.
That's what makes him special, is that everybody knew he was going to steal.
Roberts is going. Safe.
You know what they say? One great play deserves another.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Two-run double.
Children's books will get a ticket voucher to a home game this season. For more information, visit raysbaseball.com/library.
Well, it's up to Ian Seymour to give the Rays a chance to come back. He's got to put up a 0 with the Rays down 2-1 in the 6th. First pitch to George Springer as the game-winning RBI right now. It's outside and high for a ball 1-0.
I got no clue what Chris Adams-Wall just texted us through emojis.
Well,
strawberry and a couple zeros. I don't even know what that means.
He's trying to give you a clue without giving you a clue and trying to give you the answer even though we can't read emojis.
Well, now I'm even more confused.
All right. Well, I looked it up because we had said the answers. We made like 8 guesses.
Yeah.
And Paul said that we got the answer in one of them. So I'm going to give the answer to our fans so they know what's going on. As a line drive to left is going to drop for a base hit and then hop to the wall on 2 bounces. Springer will head to second. He's in there with a stand-up double to start the 6th, and the Blue Jays looking to add to their 2-1 lead. It's the second time a changeup has gotten a little too much play to George Springer, and he certainly is taking advantage of that today. So the question was, who are the 3 Blue Jays to win Gold Gloves as pitchers only? So the answers were, and we were given the answer, 2013, 17, and 23. And R.A. Dickey was in 13. Marcus Stroman was in 17 is the pitch. Swung on, grounded to short. Ben Williamson has it near the bag. Will throw to first and get Alejandro Kirk, and Springer cannot advance, 1 out in the 6th. And Jose Barrios is the other. So his picture of a strawberry was for Barry.
Barry O's.
Yeah, it was
very nice. I had no clue.
1 out in the 6th inning, and out to the mound goes Kyle Snyder with Springer at second. And Okamoto coming up to the plate.
I'm just no good with emojis. You'd think I'd be a lot better. I got 2 kids, and that's all they text me.
My kids don't text me emojis. I'm just happy when they text me.
Yeah, that's a good point. They're communicating.
Yes. Speaking of communications, let's update our Visit Tampa Bay Out of Town scoreboard. In the 6th, because the Rays' next opponent, the Cleveland Guardians, now can head to Tampa Bay. They lost in Ohio in a dozen innings today, 3-1 to the Minnesota Twins. So that means Cleveland is 54-50. And since the White Sox are idle, that has Chicago up by a game and a half and 3 in the loss column. They've played 3 fewer games. Here's Okamoto. It's a little too tall with a backdoor breaking ball. And it's 1-0 in the right-hand hitting third baseman. This is a big spot in the game again. Okamoto with 22 home runs. Springer with a double off second. Perfect day with 2 hits and a walk. Swung on and lifted down the right field side. This will fade into the crowd. Lower level, it's 1-1. Good changeup. This is where Ian Seymour needs to be really tough. And not only that, but the more innings he eats, the better it can help the Rays in the next series against Cleveland. 1-1. Popped him up off the hands foul. Good fastball on the fist. It's 1-2. All right, now you got to the 2 strike count. Can you get Okamoto to expand?
And you got a couple of options. I mean, you can go above the hands with a fastball. He's done that in the past with Okamoto and gotten them, but you got to make sure it's out of the zone, or you can go back to that changeup.
Springer, who doubled on a changeup, is at second with 1 out. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him down and in. Threw something off speed, and Okamoto out in front on the change, and that's 5 strikeouts for Ian Seymour, and that's the 2nd out in the 6th with the Rays down just 2-1.
Well, it's just a really good job of changing eye levels, right? You go fastball up in the zone, and now that sets up the changeup perfectly. You just got to execute the pitch, and this one located very well at the bottom of the zone for the strikeout.
Blue Jays have scored both of their runs today with 2 out, as Seymour deals to Davis Schneider with Springer at second. And a fastball, top of the zone strike, 0-1. Schneider has walked and struck out in his only appearance in the series. He just came back up from AAA Buffalo. Outfield slightly to pull, infield very much to pull against Schneider. Seymour offers. Swing and a miss. Beautiful changeup down. It's 0-2.
So last time he struck out Schneider, it was a fastball 92 miles an hour located perfectly at the top of the zone. You know it's in the back of Schneider's head now, thinking that he could go up again vertically, but he just got the swing and miss on a changeup. So now again, you have 2 options because he's controlling the count.
2 strikes, 2 out. The pitch. Check swing. It's a changeup low and away. It's 1-2. Well, Ian's been good today, and I think he's been better with count control. He's allowed just a run on 4 hits to this point. And this is his 4th inning. It's a big moment, though, with the Rays down just a run. Seymour's 1-2. Fastball did not chase. It's a little high. It's 2-2. No action going in the Jays bullpen. Shane Bieber's been that good so far. Seymour looks at second. Here's a 2-2 coming. Swinging a pop-up. Should end the inning to straightaway right field. A couple steps in is Mesa. Can't beneath it. Makes the catch and the inning is over. And to Ian Seymour's credit, he works around a leadoff double facing the 5, 6, and 7 hitters in the Blue Jay order.
Counts 1-1 on Langoliers. Jays walked, lined out, and struck out.
That is driven to left field. You can forget about that baseball. Oh, man.
That's 111 miles an hour off the bat. Oh, is that ball well struck? That's number 23 for Shea and his 51st RBI. It's quite a blast, being catcher, and it's a 4-2 ball game.
444 feet.
Man.
For Langoliers for number 23.
Time for the great mascot race. Ready, set, go. And they're on. Look at them go, folks. They're neck and neck. It's a wild crowd. Down the home stretch. Here they come. Here's the play at the plate. It's Mr. Redlegs. Congratulations. You won the great mascot race.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Is here on Sunday, July 26th. The first 10,000 fans will receive Raymond Shoulder Plush, presented by Suncoast Credit Union. Clip Mini Raymond onto your shoulder and cheer on the Rays as they take on the Cleveland Guardians. Visit RaysBaseball.com/tickets.
Victor Mesa Jr. starts the 7th. Rays are down 2-1 at Toronto in the first pitch low for a ball. Victor Mesa Jr. has been hitting home runs, but in bunches here in July, but that's been hard to do today against Bieber, because he's been keeping the ball on the ground. He's gotten 18 outs. 2/3 of them have been ground balls. And a couple of strikeouts, too. 1-0. Swing and a foul tip held on to by Alejandro Kirk. It's 1-1. He's had the Rays off balance and making a lot of soft contact as the right-hander starts to throw in the bullpen. Changeup has been elite, and he's really had the Rays off on their front foot for most of the day.
Well, he's tunneling really well. The changeup looks identical to the sinker.
1-1. Fastball high, 2-1. Didn't chase there. Tyler Rogers, who did pitch last night, is up again in the Toronto pen. He's been as good as anybody in baseball. He and Louis Varland, quite the combo. 2-1. Low, and it's 3-1. You got a base runner any way you can against Shane Bieber. Rays have not had a leadoff base runner today. 3-1. but it foul off the screen, and it's 3-2. Nice idea by Mesa. Kaz Okamoto was almost at straightaway shortstop, so if you got that just fair on the third base side, you were going to beat it out for a hit.
And I think that's the first time I've seen a Rays hitter square around a bunt today. Maybe I'm wrong, but really haven't attempted the small ball yet on Shane Bieber. He's just been so locked in and controlling counts.
He does field his position well, too. Payoff. Swing and a miss. Got it by Mesa. And he was asking, was that a strike? And that curveball, I think, clipped the outside corner, or it was awfully close. And so that's strike 3 and another strikeout. That's 2 in a row for Bieber. 3 in the game. And again, Rays are having a tough time just hitting the ball out of the infield against Bieber. As good as the Jays bullpen is, I think you're almost going to be happy when he's out of there. Here's Johnny DeLuca, who has the last Rays base runner, a double in the 4th. And he takes a strike called, 0-1.
The pitch was called a strike, and the batter is challenging.
And that looked like it was off the plate. We'll see what the ABS challenge says. It's a ball.
The pitch is a ball. Tampa Bay has 2 challenges remaining.
I think that Bieber's gotten many pitches. That was 3 inches off the plate. They've had several that have been in his favor, and the Rays had not challenged till now. 1-0 on the Rays center fielder in a 2-1 game. Rays down. Swinging a pop-up. Back behind home plate. Kirk flips off the mask, but he's out of room. A few rows back, it's 1-1. Rays have never swept a 4-game series in Toronto. They have swept 1 road series against the Blue Jays. That's when Toronto was playing in Dunedin. And the Rays won 4 straight at their spring training complex. That was in May of 21, but never here at the Rogers Center. Even though they've had a lot of success here. 1-1. Inside almost hit him 2-1. That doesn't mean they didn't sweep a 3-game set, but first of all, you don't play many 4-game series against a division team. 2-1 on DeLuca, who has most of his homers late in games. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball right back to the mound and snared by Bieber. DeLuca thrown out as he got jammed on a fastball in, or a slider in, and there's 2 gone here in the 7th inning.
Don't miss the celebration of Cuban Heritage presented by the Rums of Puerto Rico at Tropicana Field on July 24th when the Rays take on the Cleveland Guardians. Show your pride with a Cuban Heritage ticket package that includes a seat to the game and a Cuban Heritage snapback. Visit RaysBaseball.com/Cuba.
Well, if Bieber can get through the 7th, the Blue Jays only have to get through their top 2 relievers to try and close out a 2-1 game. Here's Chandler Simpson. Swung on and lifted in the air to left. Easy play for Schneider. Barely has to move. Simpson's hit in the air twice, rare for him, and he's now hitless on the day. And the Rays have only had 3 hits today. And at the stretch, they...
I want to see what JJ does in these spots. Down 2 strikes. In the air center. Mullen's on the run. Still going back. JJ Wonderful homers in his debut. Incredible. Just goosebumps right now at Busch Stadium. You could not have written that any better. 0-2, dead center field, 425-foot shot. My goodness. How fast can you fall in love, St. Louis?
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
You're listening to Tampa Bay Rays Baseball on 95.7 WDAE and AM 620.
Well, the 7th inning stretch is presented by Union Home Mortgage, the official mortgage partner of the Tampa Bay Rays. And the official mortgage partner of the Tampa Bay Rays, Union Home Mortgage, is your partner from first homes to refinance. Get started with UHM today and visit UHM.com to learn more.
Home seventh. Rays down a run as Ian Seymour in his fifth inning deals, and it's grounded toward third and just foul off the bat of Luis Urias. And it's 0-1. It's Urias, Straw, and then Yohendrick Pinango. Rays have no action going in their bullpen, trailing by a 2-1 score. Blue Jays have only 6 hits themselves. And again, they've had a tough time scoring overall. They've scored, just 6 runs total in their last 5 games. Fewest runs in Major League Baseball this year. But Shane Bieber has made 2 runs stand up. 0-1. Pop foul straight back, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, at this point in time, Toronto needs a starting pitching performance, kind of like the one they got today from Shane Bieber, just to keep them in the game. I mean, the offense just has not come to play here, at least over this series and really throughout a lot of this season for Toronto.
0-2 is fouled off to the right, and it's still 0-2, and that's the reason they're in last place in the American League East and in danger of having to do some selling and movement of players at the deadline after going to the World Series a year ago. And that's assuming they don't want to decide that just hang in as the pitch. Swing and a foul tip, held on to by Hunter Fiducia. Urias fans, good changeup, 1 out in the 7th.
Well, great job right there, Ian Seymour. That's a perfect changeup outside corner, gets him on the late action of that pitch. And it seems like when Seymour is ahead in the count, he is dominating these hitters. And it's all about getting ahead early, right? Getting that first pitch strike. Because, again, when he controls the count, he looks very sharp out there.
Miles Straw has popped out and struck out. And he swings and drives one deep but foul left field side. And that almost hit the upper deck. And it's 0-1.
Caminero land during BP.
There are some other guys who could put it up there, too. I'll tell you, when Vladdy's going well, he would put one up yesterday in foul ground. He just hasn't done it in the games. 1 strike pitch. Check swing. It's a called strike anyway on a changeup. And now an ABS challenge.
Called a strike and the batter is challenging.
And I think that was outside, too. Here we go. Verdict says ball.
The pitch is a ball. Toronto's 2 challenges remaining.
So both teams have all of their challenges to this point. They just haven't challenged very much. Pitch was 1.5 inches off the plate. They've only gone after the more egregious calls by Brendan Miller. 1-1 with 1 out from Ian Seymour. 2-1 Jays. Fouled back, and it's 1-2. Want to make sure, and we didn't get to do this yesterday, but congratulate the Rays and their top draft pick this year, Grady Emerson, signed on the dotted line yesterday for $9.75 million or thereabouts. It's the highest amount ever given to a high school player. It's a pitch called strike 3, and I think there's an ABS challenge again.
Strike, batter challenging.
Miles Straw says, I didn't like that. And we'll see what ABS says. He's right.
Pitch is the ball. Toronto's 2 challenges remaining.
So that's 2 in the favor of Straw. And 2 strikes thrown by Ian Seymour. So 1 out, bases empty, 2-2 count on Straw. 2-1 Rays trail the Jays. So congrats to Grady Emerson. I think he'll be at Tropicana Field this weekend after signing before going down to Port Charlotte. The pitch. Fouled back, and it's still 2-2.
Yeah, I got to know Grady Emerson and the family just from Team USA. My son got to play on the same team, so I got to watch him go after gold, and boy, he's a special talent. I think the Rays really nailed it, knocked it out of the park by picking him, and they think very highly of him because, look, that's a lot of dough.
2-2 coming. Down and in for a ball, 3-2. While you were telling your story, they must have known you were talking about your son. They had you on TV.
Oh, did they?
You're still on TV.
Oh, are we?
Hollywood. 3 balls, 2 strikes. I don't know what trouble you're getting yourself into here. Here's the pitch. Fastball outside. That's ball 4, and that's the first walk by Seymour. And he was in control against Straw. And remember, Straw had 2 challenges go his way, and that leads to a walk here in a 2-1 ball game.
Not what you want to do late in the game, especially in a 1-run game. I mean, this is still very tight, and you want to limit the traffic you're getting on bases, especially with this Toronto team. Now you're flipping it back to the top of the order. See if we can limit the damage here, maybe get a ground ball.
Plus, Straw can run. Does he try to here? Throw over to first, and he's back in standing. Yohendrick Pinango doubled and scored the last run of the game in the 3rd inning. That was the first batter that Ian Seymour faced, and that's the last run we've seen in this game. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball strike, 0-1. You look at defense in this game. I think defense is the difference right now, not for that run. But remember, Junior Caminero tried to make a play on a ball where he probably didn't have a play. It allowed a run to score in the first. And it's a one-run game. As a pitch in there, a strike, 0-2. And on the flip side, the Jays, I think, have made, a half dozen really good plays defensively to take away hits. 2 strikes on Pinango, who fanned his last time. 1 out of 3 today. Right fielder batting left, and he swings and fouls it back on a slider, and it's still 0-2. That got a little more plate, or at least, right in the middle of the plate on 0-2. Not where Seymour wanted it, but fortunately, Pinango didn't take advantage. Middle infield looks for 2. Rays have not turned one yet. There's the pitch outside of ball 1. It's actually, they've turned 1 double play today. That was back in the 2nd inning behind Casey Legamina. None turned behind Seymour so far. And 1 here would get them out of the 7th. Runner goes. Pitch is hit high in the air to center. Driving back, DeLuca. He squares off under it, makes the catch, and retreating to first base is Miles Straw. Now there are 2 out here in the 7th inning, and it leaves it for Vladdy Guerrero Jr.
Hopefully Vladdy Guerrero Jr. stays quiet. Didn't get the base hit last time up. It's been a struggle for him. Just not seeing spin. He's hitting well below 200 when you're talking about secondary pitches. The change up, the breaking ball. So I assume that's what he's going to see here at this at-bat.
1 for 3 today. 3 for 34 against Rays pitching. First offering. Taken a little high for ball 1. If he wants to find it at Fenway Park this weekend against the Red Sox.
That'd be a good time for it, wouldn't it? Mm-hmm. I wouldn't mind that.
That would be terrific. I'll be rooting for Vladdy then. Not now. 1-0, Strong leaves, and the pitch is a strike to throw to second. Is way off the bag and not in time. That was stolen off of Seymour. No chance for Fiducia. And it's a 1-1 count on Vladdy Guerrero Jr., and now you got an insurance run in scoring position.
Well, he's going on first move because this was an excellent jump, especially considering you have a left-hander on the mound who's looking directly over at first base. As soon as that leg went up from Seymour, Straw was gone.
Jays have scored both of their runs with 2 out. And they've got a 2-out runner at second now, up 2-1 in the 7th. The pitch. Swung on, lined to the right. That's a base hit. Mesa fields on a hop. Straw hits third. They're going to wave him home. The throw is up the line and not in time. Had the throw been on line, it would have had Straw. But it wasn't perfect. And the Jays again cash in with 2 out. And it's now a 3-1 ball game in the 7th inning.
Well, the stolen base comes back to haunt Ian Seymour right here. The very next pitch, it's a fastball up in the zone, and Guerrero Jr. just gets his hands extended. That's what he wants to do. He wants to drive the ball out over the plate. He gets the pitch he wanted, puts it out to right field, and they get the 3rd run of the game.
It was supposed to be a fastball up, but it became more of a fastball middle. As here's Ernie Clement. Runner goes again. Pitches high. Throw to second is in time. They got him. Palacios the tag. It goes 2-4, and this time the Rays controlled the running game, and the 7th inning ends. But the Jays get their 3rd 2-out run of the day and lead 3-1 after 7 in Toronto on the Rays Baseball Network.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Gathers himself and he gets benched on a nice play by Bryson Stott over there at second, diving to his left. 1 pitch and another 1 pitch out.
Dead center field into the batter's eye for Francisco Alvarez. A solo home run gives the Mets a 1-0 lead.
1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Ball in the dirt for Devin Williams. his 14th save this season and the 100th save of his Major League career.
Beatty has left the yard. 5th home run of the year comes off Nola here in the 7th. It's 2-0 Mets. His 2nd blast of the night, and back-to-back homers make it 3-0 New York.
Strike 3 called. Phillies lose the challenge. Christian Scott has struck out 7 Phillies through 5 scoreless innings, and he and the Mets take a 1-0 lead into the 6th.
$10 in Burst Bucks loaded to your ballpark account with your ticket purchase. Then kick off the weekend with happy hour before first pitch at the Hall of Fame Bar and Grill. Get your Devil Rays deal at raysbaseball.com/Friday. And then brought to you by the electrical workers of IBEW Local 915, lighting the way to a better Tampa Bay.
Bottom third of the order for the Rays in the 8th. Down 3-1 to the Jays. They go to the bullpen. Shane Bieber was terrific. 1 run, 3 hits, 3 strikeouts in 7 innings. And Tyler Rogers, who's been elite at the back end of games, pitches the 8th. And the first pitch slider is a strike from the sidewinder. It's 0-1. He's given up just 1 run in his last 20-some outings, covering almost 2 months. 2-pitch pitcher deals, and there's an almost underhand slider for a strike called and a challenge.
Strike, batter challenging.
Ben Williamson has not done well with challenges. It seems like he challenges when it's a strike and not when it's a ball. And this caught the corner.
The pitch is a strike. Tampa Bay has 1 challenge remaining.
And that trend kind of continues. 0-2 on Ben, who's given Taylor Walls a day off with those hyperextended fingers on his left hand at shortstop. Most of the Rays hitless today. Rays have been hitting a lot the first 3 games. 0-2. Up and away, and it's 1-2. 84 miles an hour sinker that's almost coming in underhand. The lowest arm angle to deliver to home plate in big league baseball. Tyler Rogers steals and a swing and a miss at a sweepy slider, almost frisbee-like, and there's 1 out in the 8th.
Well, he is just absolutely filthy, especially to a right-handed hitter. I mean, he's releasing the pitch off the ground almost at their hip, and they're trying to stay in on these pitches, and it's just so hard to just really judge if the ball is going to end up in the zone or not.
Bieber has made it much easier on his bullpen. Rogers has an ERA just around 1.5, so it's given up nothing. As a chopper off the plate right back to the mound, Rogers has this, sets and throws, and gets Richie Palacios 2 down here in the 8th. And then you got Louis Varland, who's been the best closer maybe in baseball this year, at the back end. So the fact that the Jays might only have to use 2 relievers, it makes it a whole lot easier to win a game. You don't really have to manage much. Bieber kind of managed the game for the Jays today. Handful of pitches and 2 out, and that's kind of been the story for this day game in Toronto. Hunter Fiducia takes a called strike, 0-1. He has 1 of 3 hits for the Rays, only 3 base runners. And when you don't have pressure on the other side, you can't steal first. You can't manage the running game, which the Rays do so well. 0-1. Taken outside for a ball, 1-1. Now, all that said, if you do get Fiducia on base, Yandy Diaz is the tying run. 1-1. In there, a strike, 1-2. The Rays haven't pitched a bad baseball game when they've given up just 3 runs. Just Toronto has pitched and I think defended better today.
The defense has been excellent for Toronto. We've seen some gems from Okamoto over at third base. Ernie Clement, who was playing shortstop for the majority of this game, had an outstanding play up the middle.
1-2 with 2 out. Swinging a ball, popped in the air to right. That's right at Pinango. Reaches up, makes the grab, barely moved. And Rogers does it again, a 1-2-3, 8th inning. So the Rays 2 down as we go to...
power. We're talking about bling. This is the stuff that puts people in the seats.
Ruth's adoring fans pitched in to gift a crown fit for the home run king.
How come the fans didn't, put something together for me?
They gave you a nice round of applause.
Good job, Carlos.
That man is 42 years old. I'm only 22. Until that man stay on that mound, nobody gonna take me out of this game.
Okay, let me see what I can do about it. Right now, I feel like I can go over there and go placata right now on the field, just because I held this batter, Willie Mays. I'm not giving it back to you. You need it? Get back. Okay, you can continue talking.
Right, and you're just going to hold on to it? Yeah.
Hammer and Hank became baseball's all-time home run king.
Hank Aaron flipped the bat, pointed to the outside, and said, "Placata."
Every single Triple Crown winner has been inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. So it looks pretty good for me. Just saying.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
To the Spectrum fan line. The postgame fan line is presented by Spectrum. Built for big moments. Here for game day. Rays are running out of outs. I guess the good news is they've already won the series. Back to you guys.
Thanks very much, Chris. Let's pause for station identification on the Rays Baseball Network.
95.7 WDAE FM Clearwater, WDAE AM St. Petersburg, and iHeart Radio Sports Station. Guaranteed human.
Arnie Clement takes from Ian Seymour outside for a ball alongside Doug Wechter and Chris Adams-Wall, who you just heard from. I'm Neil Solons. Rays are down 3-1 in Toronto to the Jays' bottom 8. Paul Gattner, engineer in the booth. Back at our network studios, Chris Mathis has a 1-0 sails outside, a fastball 2-0. Rays have not led today. The Jays scored in the first, the Rays in the third. Toronto answered right back and then got a run in the seventh. All of Toronto's runs have come with 2 out. Clement 1 for 3 with a couple of deep flyouts, especially his last turn. 2-1. Swung on, lifted in the air to shallow left. Simpson moves in a step or two. Now beneath it, makes the catch, and Seymour has the first out in the 8th.
Well, visit Tampa Bay. Find your perfect baseball getaway at visitTampaBay.com. Go and you'll know.
It is Hall of Fame weekend in baseball. Mark Topkin of the Times is here in Toronto. He's going to go straight to Cooperstown because he's the president of the Baseball Writers of America Association of BBWAA. I always get the...
I get it wrong every time.
So
I was going to let you cruise through that one.
And I botched it as a ground ball to third off the bat of George Springer. Junior Caminero up with it and throws to first and 2 down. But he gets the benefit of going to Hall of Fame weekend. And Paul Hoynes is from the Cleveland Plain Dealer is going to go in as the writer, Joe Buck as the broadcaster, and of course the players going in, Carlos Beltran, Andre Jones, and Jeff Kent. So congratulations to all. There's not really a Rays connection among the group. There's 2 out and the bases empty in the 8th. Alejandro Kirk steps in, 3-1 Rays trail to Toronto, the pitch. Fastball, a called strike, 0-1. So 2 gone, none on. I do wish that baseball kind of changed its format for the Hall of Fame. If they're not going to have the Hall of Fame ceremony during All-Star Week and make it in the stadium and make it like a Sunday night event, let's say, on ESPN or NBC or whomever they want to have carry it. 0-1. Kirk fouls it back and it's 0-2. Then my suggestion is have the celebration at noon, have no baseball games that day until 4 o'clock Eastern time, and open every Major League stadium to watch on the big board the Hall of Fame ceremony. So it becomes a celebration for the game. 0-2. Low for a ball, 1-2. Make it something that all of baseball is celebrating instead of having it compete and occur while baseball games are going on. That never made any sense to me. 1-2 pitch. Swinging a foul tip, held on to by Hunter Fiducia. And give Ian Seymour credit. He goes 6 innings, allowing just 2 runs. And he'll hope the Rays can rally in the 9th. Down 3-1 to Toronto. This is the Rays Baseball Network.
Rays fans, when you're craving something...
I'm Jonathan Mayo, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
Oh, I got soda. All right. Who? Austin Barnes. How do you like rings? Okay. All right. Young Jackson Holiday. Just wait.
Jackson Holiday's good.
Rick Cerrone, great hitting coach now.
Tony Gwynn. All-star. That's good. That's
Spring
a good
break.
card.
Oh, these are like real ones.
There's gum in it.
87, baby. These are.
This gum's from
Is this actually
1987?
from 87?
Go ahead. Take a piece of it. That's 1987.
Oh my God, that is gum.
It's gum.
I'm not taking a bite of it.
I'm not taking a bite of it either.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Tampa Bay Rays.
We got a wave call to the bullpen. It's Louis Varlin, and the Jays also making a slew of changes defensively. Ernie Clement moves from short to second, with the new shortstop being Andres Jimenez. Dalton Varsho is now in center field, with Miles Straw moving to right, so Yohendrick Pinango out of the game. And it's Yandy Diaz with the Rays down 3-1. Swinging and fouling one to the right against the hard-throwing righty Louis Varlin, with shadows extending right over the plate area. This is almost impossible to hit the conditions, especially when you're facing one of the better throwers in the game. Varlin winds and offers. Swing at a foul back, it's 0-2. For the season, Louis Varlin has allowed a grand total of 6 earned runs, 11 total, which means 5 of those are unearned. A lot of those times, those are runs that are the man at second, unearned run at second base. 0-2 pitch. Fastball high and tight. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Varlin did pitch yesterday, just threw that one at 99, so he's plenty warm. Rays have only 3 hits. Jays have 7. Rays down 3-1. Yandy drove in the only run back in the third with a single. His 999th hit with the Rays. And he swings and rolls one foul off the plate. And it's still 1-2. It would be nice to get number 1,000 here and start a go-ahead or game-tying rally.
Boy, I'd love to see that. The odds are against him. Louis Varlin, boy, he is one of the nastiest pitchers in the big leagues. Not only stuff, right? I mean, he sits 99 with heavy sink and a nasty slider, but he's always in the zone.
1-2. Swung on and chopped off the plate right back toward the mound. Varlin has this one. Lobs to first. Gets Diaz. 1 out for the Rays here in the ninth. 100-mile-an-hour fastball on the hands.
And not much you can do with that. I mean, you know, the action to his pitch is just so late. It looks like a four-seamer that's going to be straight, and then it just buries in on the hands of right-handers and just off the barrel. Even if you do get some contact on it, typically it's weak.
Jonathan Aranda has made better contact today. Twice he's been robbed of a hit. 0 for 3, the pitch. Taken for a called strike, 0-1. Well, give Bieber and Rogers and Varlin credit to this point. They have not allowed a single leadoff base runner today. In fact, 0-1. High 1-1. The only 3 base runners were on 2-out hits today for the Rays. I mean, when you're 2 out, nobody on base, it's hard to score, even if you're really good with 2 outs and guys in scoring position, as the Rays are. They're the best team in baseball. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball blown by Aranda at 99. It's 1-2.
I mean, right there, it looked like an emergency hack on a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. And, you know, these Rays hitters just aren't seeing Varlin at all. Not picking up the spin, not picking up the velocity.
He is one of the premier strikeout pitchers in baseball this year. He winds and fires. Swinging a ball poked to the left foul, off speed, and a defensive job to stay alive on a changeup by Jonathan Aranda. It's still 1-2. Junior Caminero hoping to keep the Rays' hopes alive on deck. Shadows again right over home plate. Here's a 1-2 again. Swinging a foul straight back and a high heater, and it's still 1-2. Rays will come home, take on a Cleveland team that did lose today, 3-1 to Minnesota. In a dozen innings at home, they split that 4-game set. Rays, even if they don't come back, they will take 3 of 4. Certainly we're hoping for a little history and win 4 straight in Toronto, but they've got a lot of work to do and only 2 outs left. Varland, another 1-2. Fastball called, strike 3, and the Rays are down to their final out. 100 from Varland.
This is just a challenge fastball. Gets to 2 strikes and doesn't want to mess around with anything else. This is, I mean, as middle as you can get, 100 miles an hour, late tailing action, and these Toronto Blue Jays are 1 out away.
Junior Caminero has had a quiet day. 2 strikeouts and a flyout. He's hit in every game he's played at the Rogers Center before today. And he swings and bounds 1 foul off the plate, 0-1, and that certainly is in jeopardy. Capacity crowd on its feet in Toronto. Jays have not trailed today, and they have led since the 3rd. Oh, 1 to Junior. Outside and low, it's 1-1. Rays are trying to become the first American League team with 60 victories. A loss would see their lead over the Yankees, who are idled today, trimmed to 2 full games in the American League East. With 60 games exactly for the Rays after today. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Blew it by him upstairs, and it's 1-2. Junior uses his timeout after 100 got above his bat. Varland is ready. The windup, here he comes. Swing and a miss. He got him with a breaking ball down. And Varland, a 1-2-3 ninth. The Rays settled for 3 out of 4 in Toronto. Shane Bieber was magnificent, and so was the bullpen behind him. Rays stymied and held to just 3 hits, and they fall 3-1 to the Jays. Some days you got to tip your cap, Doug, and this is one of those days.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Toronto Blue Jays needed an exceptional pitching with the way that their offense is rolling, or not rolling, to be able to get a victory, and that's what they got today. Justin Bieber went out there, really set the tone in 7 innings. He was magnificent. And then the bullpen was just absolutely locked down behind it. The defense, exceptional from Toronto. This is a totally different Toronto team than we've seen the other 3 games of this series. And the pitching and defense is the reason they won today. They did get the 3 runs they needed, but again, in my opinion, you're talking about a masterpiece from, Bieber and staff going out there and throwing a gem against a hot Rays offense.
With that, we bring in Chris Adams-Wall, who will have the post-game show as we get to our keys to the game from Crown Automotive, the better way to buy, for 50 years. And Chris, what is your first Crown Automotive key tonight?
Well, Doug just touched on it. I'm going to go with...
There's another ball. It scoots over near the Phillies dugout, and this ball is going to try to, it stays on the lip, and Schmidt's going to try to come home. Nobody's covering. Oh, my goodness. The New York Mets flat fell asleep. No one covered home. I have never in my life seen that.
Let's see how the big fastball for Miz works out.
Struck him out. Another fastball. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Always the big question is, how does somebody recover after their first start? You got all the jitters out after opening day.
I think he's back.
Still bringing some serious heat.
He's already got 3 over 100 today.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fastball at 101, and Mizorowski's got the juice working here this afternoon at American Family Field.
Couple of Ks and a perfect first for Miz.
We like to stay on topic here, but Squirrel.
What? Where?
Squirrel.
Where?
Oh, no.
How about that? That went right up into the batter's eye, into the camera position. How about that?
That one will fall into the White Sox dugout.
Well, it looks like he's still aggravated about being traded away. So excited she just threw it back.
That was off the ledge, too. We can't get that down.
How do you get out, though? That's the problem. There's no exit.